back live. If the stream froze for if anyone's watching, my stream disconnected. I think I had a spike in the internet.
It happens. Anyway, yeah. So basically, I just want to try to get. I'm probably basically my plan is just to download all, or convert all of the previous ones into audio, and then just upload as is. But I'm gonna like add a little audio intro in the beginning just to explain a few things, and then it'll go into our episode.
And we're gonna have to start to getting a proper intro to our own show.
There kind of is one. It's kind of there.
It's kinda, yeah, kinda. It's not intro.
We need to actually start introducing ourselves because not everyone comes in at the first episode and gets it.
Like,
No.
wait, who's in the podcast? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just here. I'm just the co-host, but I don't know the guy.
But I mean, it's just kind of a thing. You have to kind of mention, like, the voice that is talking right now belongs to Next7C. The other one belongs to Sweet Boy Gaming. There you go.
Or Sweaty Cat Boy Gaming, depending on if you're Twitching.
It depends, but it's whatever. My title, it always is Sweet Boy Gaming. That's just that.
Yeah, because in the end, it's gonna be up on my Twitch channel or YouTube channel in the end. Every episode I have, except don't watch episode 9 on my channel because there may or may not be an inside nexus on that one.
Yourself was muted?
Yeah, no, I wasn't muted. The thing was the mixer output I had for the mic. It showed that it was working, but the sound wasn't picking up for the stream. Like the stream didn't get the pickup.
Did you change it to output so you could hear yourself, but you never changed it back to stop? Because that'll work.
I have never changed anything in that way, so.
Well, regardless, yeah. So just don't watch that one on his side because it's not correct. Any other one you could perfectly watch on his side, I imagine.
Yeah, I've not had any faults this far. As I know about.
Yeah, watch those on his side, watch them on my side. Doesn't really matter. My side has a synthwave playlist playing in the background. I'm sure people have noticed, but yeah.
Mine doesn't. Mine doesn't.
Not enough here. I wouldn't use it. Like I wouldn't use the music. It's just I feel like there needs to be something in the background,
But there's one question I want to ask you mostly because was it a few weeks ago, the Destiny stuff was released, and you have some complaints about your clan.
Oh, you want to get into that one?
Yes, I want to know what the fuck is going on.
I want to know what's going on with that one.
Yeah.
So it's nothing too big, I guess. It's just it kind of pisses me off. I'm not going to name the clan. I'm not going to name anyone in it because that's the wrong thing to do.
Yes.
Honestly, there's a lot of awesome people in it, and that's great. And obviously, it's cool. That's fine. I'm probably going to be leaving it soon. I don't know. The sad thing is, if people actually look me up, they can see what clan I'm in, and they can just guess from there. But basically, my clan is basically one of those that is 21 and up. So there's basically that, and I'm not far off, so I count. It's fine. But it's just that it's like 21 and up because they wanted adults only, which makes sense because a lot of the kids or whatever can be annoying. There's some that aren't that annoying or just aren't at all. They're pretty cool. But it's just the point. It just at the very least, you got grown-ups around. You can just say whatever the hell, and people are not going to be freaking sensitive about it. That's what I thought. That is what I thought. But apparently, one of our mods, which I'm a mod too, but one of the other mods basically comes in and they usually play with a lot of people and everything. Basically, what was it? Somebody said that they couldn't do a certain event, which is I'm pretty sure they were trying to do the Black Armory in it, so that's the event name, and they couldn't do it, and something was messing up, but they couldn't get something from it. And the mod said, "Well, that's life. Life doesn't, life isn't really that fair or whatever." Or I think that's what they said. yeah, basically, just life isn't that fair or whatever. Basically said something like that, and apparently it rubbed those people the wrong way. And that mod was then demoted back down to a normal member, and they left. They're back now, and I don't know if they've been added back into the mod deal, but my god, somebody got so freaking sensitive that the main admin who says, "Oh, I talked with all the other admins, and we kind of came to this decision. Like, it didn't seem like any of the other people wanted them to go. So what are you talking about? It sounds like you're just talking shit. But
Yeah.
no, you just get overly sensitive over crap, and all because of that, just that one little statement, which not at all sensitive. Don't know how. How's that sensitive?
Well, can you check the year we live in first and forward, and you get why?
But just to say life isn't that fair. I mean, hey, it's a thing. Plus, it's a thing to jest. It's a joke. And even if it's not a joke, it's just a thing to say. Like, yeah, well, I mean, it kind of sucks.
And it's not that either.
Way to say. And also, it's very true that the Destiny RNG system, which I don't know if they've worked on it any time recently, but it's never really been that good on doing good, on giving you good stuff. Here, lately, it does because they have it set to where as long as you have something of a level in your inventory, you'll always get something higher when you get another armor piece or somewhere around that. So that's good. But before it was nothing like that. It was like really tough to get crap. Now it's just really tough to actually get a certain piece of armor or a certain piece of weapon you're wanting. But still, it's just they get so offensive about that. And I'm just sitting over here like, Jesus, are they gonna be this freaking? If they're just gonna be adults with diapers on, I don't see the point of being here. I don't see the point of being in that clan if they're just gonna be freaking wimpy about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read something that they said. I mentioned that. I mentioned, like, okay, you guys, I'm not very caught up. Okay, I said, wow, I don't get caught up very much in here, but seems people are a bit too sensitive here. Because, I don't really look up that much in the Discord server or anything. As I say, oh, hi, I'm sensitive. Let's just move the fuck on. That's what one of them said. Just like, oh, just move the fuck on. I'm like, okay. Not even letting a friendly discussion about it. Just wanted me to say, screw it. The person's gone. Whatever. Bye bye. I can't put my opinion towards it. Is that what it is? My opinion out. Does your opinion out?
It's 2019. It's 2019. You're not allowed to have opinions. Okay?
Really not. Not at all. Opinions don't exist. You got that opinion? Get the hell out of here. You deserve to show that off. Screw your opinion. Seriously, just. Yeah. Part of me just kind of wants to leave it. Besides, I haven't really been very active with it in the first place. Like I said, there's a few people on there that are fine, but yeah.
For me, a clan or anything like a group should be of people you're gonna play with. Like, let's barely join like a guild or a faction in games. Because I'm a solo player.
Like, so am I. I'm mostly a solo player, but I mean, there are times when I need obvious help because there are events where you do need it because they have what are called strikes and everything. They require 3 people, and you randomly matchmake every time you try to launch one. And randos are really terrible in everything. They just always do something wrong. That's when who will help.
Yeah.
And then there's obviously raids where it doesn't have any matchmaking. You need to just find 5 other people because it's a 6-player thing. And you're going to need some people who actually know what the hell they're doing. Which apparently some new folks had no idea what the hell they were doing. Like, come on, dude. It's not hard to understand what's going on. Just explain. They have that one person who knows what they're doing, quickly explains it to them, and you're good to go. That's how I did it. I had no idea what the hell I was doing when I went through the first one, and I'm like, oh, this guy's explaining to me, and went straight through it. No problems. Maybe a couple, but, that was just stupidity. But mostly it's just like, it went fine. Point overall, there's some cool folks in there. They're fine. I wouldn't mind playing games with them and such, but it's just like I don't see the point of me being in the clan anymore because it's also one of those where it's like, oh, you need to be active all the time because every Tuesday is like a reset, like a weekly reset for events and stuff like that, and different items and such. And basically, the rule is, oh, every weekly reset, you need to at least play with one other clan member, and then after that, you can go do whatever you want. Like, what? Jeez, come on, dude.
That's dumb rule.
It's just kind of dumb. It's like I'm mostly a solo person. Like I prefer playing games a lot of my own, even though it kind of can be rough. And go into a lot of high level crap.
That's like the only time you're gonna need someone. Like you need to play with someone. It's like when you go into the high level stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like a lot of people are now in the 900s. I'm still 881 or 882 now. But look at the 900s on the level. I'm like, I don't see me getting there anytime soon. People, they say they could be mature and be adults about crap, and they don't. Oh, and like I said, they invited that, or like the main person that wanted the mod to come back that they demoted and everything. It's like, oh no, come back. Da-da-da. Like, okay, back. Wonder how this is gonna go. Like, actually gonna be nicer this time, or it is gonna be like, nah, you're still doing things wrong. Bye-bye. They do that, I'm absolutely leaving.
That's why I hate people when they get like. For me, if I say something that I don't wanna, if I say something, like I don't care what you think often. If I say something that's actually rude, that's one thing. But if I say something in a manner that's like a joke, like when I always says like when Nexus does something, when someone does something good, I always make fun of it. Like, good for you, want a medal? Like, I make fun of it because like, yes, I'm glad it's going to success, but I want to make fun of it because people get so overexcited these days over small things, and I'm like, good for you. Like, seriously, people these days get too easily excited. Like, when I was young, like, I was excited if I succeeded playing with a game somehow. That was the best success we had back in our days. Now games are easy. No comment?
Yeah, sorry. It was like quick reply, so I really didn't keep going. But
like nothing.
The only thing that is like rough, obviously, is like the Dark Souls style games or whatever.
Yeah, but otherwise the games these days is too easy, so you sit there like, oh. So this was
worse that when you have a game that's like really that can be really grinding, or that at least used to be very much so. Like I said, Destiny 2 very much used to be that, and the first Destiny was definitely like that. But now they've kind of moved away from being completely grindy. Still kind of is, but literally you can just like shoot through it if you just play through the story, and just like boom, you have everything right then and there. You're all good to go. Just play the story, you're good. But yeah, before it's just like pretty hard, which kind of grew into being the good playful factor. But still, the story is always very short. Makes no sense. Like the new one that came out, Shadowkeep, it's pretty short. It's pretty short. I'm pretty sure I'm almost done beating it, and it did not take that long for me to get there.
And you're like, and then you're not.
I'm trying to beat it right now. I'm trying to replay the original campaign so I can just level up and then get to that. But still, it's kind of dumb.
I don't like when I like when games is like not too long, but when they are too short, like you complete in like a few hours, it's more like that was a waste.
Like I really want a game that just or definitely gonna spend a lot of time on. It doesn't have to be like hours and hours and hours of entertainment. It's just something that's gonna take a while. Like that is one thing I did like about the Telltale style games, or Life is Strange games or whatever. It just obviously they're gonna be long because that's how long the stories are. Like every episode of those were like a couple of hours.
Wasn't it like 2 hours each episode, basically? I
2 to
think.
3.
Yeah. And that's like.
3 if you get lost. Because I did that once. It's like, oh, 2 episodes for everything.
Yeah, but that's like this is fine also because you sit there like that's like whoppily 18 hours of entertainment at worst.
I'm pretty sure the first season of Walking Dead Telltale is 10 hours.
In total? I think Borderlands is around the same
basically,
time.
It would be. Actually, it's a little bit of. No, because basically it's 5 episodes, so 2 for each. That'd be like 10. But then you also have the DLC episode if you have it, and that's maybe an hour.
And I think Borderlands is the same thing, and Batman. I think those are like 10 hours.
No, really. Everything in Telltale is 5, except for the final season of Walking Dead. That's 4.
Yeah, because I think they would have made it 5 if they didn't have to.
I think the idea was just 4. Besides, Skybound took that over, so that'd be up to them, really. If they want to continue.
Well, they had to because people wanted the game too much. So they.
That is a recommendation also for anyone. If you want to get into the Walking Dead Telltale series, buy the definitive edition. It's like $45 for all of them. So you're saving a lot of money for all the Walking Dead stuff. So
I have
a lot of money, get features that we didn't get. Like you get to play in the engine of the newest game for all the older ones. So it's like, okay, that'd be nice to have for us, but now you have to pay $45 in order to do that with even one game.
Ooh.
The only downside is the old games where every chapter in the game was an achievement. Now it's every episode is an achievement. I'm like, oh, well, that's
that's like that was what I disliked about the Telltale games was like everything you did basically every episode was like you're done. Haven't actually Borderlands had an achievement for like the acts also. Like there was the acts in the episodes.
Yeah, I mean, I like that because obviously it's going to give you more of a score. You get a bigger score doing that, so it's nice.
But also like
it's not a big score because on Xbox the minimum amount of gamer score, which obviously what you get when you complete achievements, the minimum amount in the game has to be 1,000. It has to be. You can split it up any way you want. They can be whatever they want. They just in total have to be 1,000. But you can increase it. It just the minimum has to be 1,000.
I don't think Nintendo has that, or PlayStation has that sort of thing.
I don't think they do. Mostly because there's not much of a scoring. It's more of just
an XP. I think they have an XP thing, but I don't know how that works. If it's because if it's a rarity that's counts.
Bronze, silver,
gold, and plat. I have 6 plats. 3 of them is Telltale, so they were freebies basically.
Yeah, those are Telltale games are very easy.
But was
it
no?
But that's just like one little section where you could just do this one thing.
It's like one of those like section where you have to like click the button really quick.
Like in Walking Dead, like in the Walking Dead 400 Days episode, you have to win a game of rock paper scissors in order to do it, and it's a little bit tricky because you don't know what the hell's going to happen, and you have to restart that entire chapter in order to do it if you lost. Actually, you don't have to. You can just quickly revert to last save. But it'll be quick, otherwise you have to restart. But you just have to win rock paper scissors.
My other 3 plats is Far Cry Primal. That was like that was a little bit tedious because you had to level up or get all skill points or all skills, and after like a certain level, like if you go to I think it's like level 50, 30 or something, you can't level up anymore, so you have to find the skill points by doing certain missions, and that was like the tedious part because you had to run around a lot. My other game is Skyrim. Actually got a plan for that. And my third game that I had to work was Storm 13 or XG or something. I remember the name. It was like it was one of those email games I got.
No, those I would expect easy plats.
No, this was. I mean, it depends which game you get. If you get like Resident Evil 7, I think it's gonna be a like.
That's different.
Yeah, but like this one was more like literally half of the achievement was die, cause of death, drown. I'm like,
what I really hate, like really badly, is when you have a game where they take the same achievements and trophies from a multi-platform game, which it's fine if there are, you know, just the basic ones, but sometimes you'll go into an Xbox game, go into the achievements list, there is a get all achievements in the game one. And you think, okay, that's not too bad, you know, if you can obviously do those achievements. But the problem is sometimes that won't even unlock when you do all the achievements. It just won't unlock because it's meant to be set to the platinum system in PS4, but it has no idea of that on Xbox, so sometimes it just won't unlock.
for PlayStation, it's basically for PlayStation. If it has DLCs, they don't count. If they are in
Well,
a
I know, and that's the other thing with Xbox. You know, it's all, you know, if there's a DLC out with new achievements, it'll add on to the game, ruining your 100%. But
yeah,
it
and
just
that I don't like. Like that's
I don't
the.
like it either.
But
I like that about PS4 that they split off into different
I think they
segments.
didn't do that in the beginning, but I think they started doing that later on because I think people was like getting mad at that because it was so dumb. Especially if you're a achievement hunter and you like actually try to get 100%, and then a DLC comes and it adds on, and you're like, why? I don't not gonna buy the DLC.
Kind of go with that, but I think it's like ingrained into their system, so there's just nothing you can do. One thing I find hilarious is that for years, like PS3, I think it was for PS3, the PS3 discs were on the left side of the case. It just that's where they were, and it's just like okay, like that's how that works. The 360 is on the right side, and then out of nowhere, the new generation comes out, Xbox One and PS4, they both switch. So now PS4 is on the right side of the case, Xbox One is on the left side. Like, what are you doing? Like, did you want to unify it, or because I think what they were trying
PlayStation 2 is on the right side.
Yeah, PlayStation 2 is on the right side.
Uh,
Maybe PS3 was on the right side too, but I just know something was on the left, and I think they were trying to unify it and try to make it all on the right. But
Let me check. I have a PlayStation 3 game here. Nope, right side.
maybe it was like a PAL thing. I don't know what it was. It was just something.
Maybe GameCube.
It was GameCube.
GameCube was back in the day.
Yeah, and I have one, and I have games for it. So yes.
Maybe it's supposed to use a United States thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the United States thing is mostly on the right side. So I don't know if like there was like a certain PAL or Japanese deal that put on the left. Maybe it was Japanese. They do have.
Next is too quiet. Oh, wait, let me check something else. It cannot be. It's not sure that I just hired him, but it can be that I have lowered him on Discord because reasons.
That could be a thing.
It should be better
Japanese,
now.
Like Japan has like a lot of backwards deals, and that's not to be like mean or anything. Just how that works, like between there and here. It's like, let's say their accept button is on the right side. So with Nintendo, they have A as the right button, and on a Japanese PS4, for example, circle is basically the X button. Circle
But
is
isn't it X button that no one agree that they made fun of in a meme? Like the X button is like on 3 different positions. Everyone's like, why can't you just agree to one spot?
PS4, X is on the bottom. Xbox, the X is on the left. Yeah. And here we come with Nintendo, it's at the top.
And everyone's like, can't you just have it on the same place? No.
It's kind of part of a system.
But in the end, when you play games, in the end, no matter controller, you know the controls in your head. Like,
well, it depends on the person. I know some people, which mostly adults who don't really play games that much, they'll just look straight down at the controller like,
yeah, but I mean, seasoned gamers, it doesn't matter what controller they use. If they use a controller, you know they're gonna know which.
What confused me was back when I had the Ouya. I still have that actually. I really still have that. But it's just like the controls are it's OUYA. Those are actually the controls for it. I'm like, it's
what? Like
yeah,
what
the
the?
Y, the Y is still at the top for Xbox players. U is on the left. O is on the bottom. A is on the right. Like it's like what? It's a little confusing sometimes when you just see in the game press the U button. Like what? Good thing is it was still color coded like Xbox, so you just looked at the color of the button. It's like okay, that's easy to remember.
Also, I don't know if you're
That
still
one didn't
here,
touch
but
track control
hello,
sticks.
Random. Welcome to the stream, bud. I forgot to say hi to my viewer. I just read what they said, and I'm like, oh, he's too low. I'm gonna fix that. Like,
Earlier, I had a viewer, but I'm in the case that they're just like trying. I mean, they basically talked earlier, but I don't know if they went lurk or anything. I'm just not gonna mention it. But hello, and anyone else who's lurking, welcome and everything into like the middle, or in the middle almost. It's getting.
we are not even. We are soon halfway.
A third in. We're like a third in.
Basically, more than a third. At the moment, we are 115 in.
Okay, so
A little bit above. A little bit. But for people that doesn't know, for future reference, is that
3 hours is like our
around 3 hours, maybe 3:15. I think is.
I know some people go for like 2 hours or whatever, but we kind of stretch it with 3. I mean, maybe later we'll change it to 2, but
I don't think
it depends on if we start running out of stuff to talk about so much. We won't.
Yeah, like
We'll
here's the thing.
hour.
I think that's the thing. We're gonna always have something to talk about. Like latest episode of animes, shows we watch and stuff like that. Really, movies also. Talk about movies. Do you remember I said when I watched the movie yesterday? Was it yesterday? Yeah, yes, yesterday. When I told you that I recommended Fractured, the movie I was watching on Netflix. Really amazing. Fucks with your mind a lot. Or not a lot, not until the end. Like everything seems so good. Then the end is fucked with your brain. You're like, holy fuck! I didn't expect this.
Yeah. I'll look at the stuff I mentioned that I would talk about later, because I know before I was like, oh, I'll talk about later. I don't know if I've already mentioned this stuff, but
I don't know because I don't know what we have talked about. Blizzard. We have talked about your beautiful clan that is apparently SUW.
I wouldn't say that. It just wasn't overly sensitive.
If these days, if you complain, you're SUW because that's the only people that, to be honest, complain.
That's not really how that works, but okay.
Well, if they complain about small stuff.
I remember what I was going to talk about. I remember what I was going to talk about. Freaking, apparently Fortnite is dying.
Oh yeah, Fortnite. It's gone. I can't download Fortnite on my PlayStation. I was like into friggin', I was like, is that actually? And this got. I'm like.
Well, actually, another thing is that Epic Games is kind of like breaking. If you go into the launcher, it's like apparently broken right now. I don't know what's going on in that bit, but
There's something going on. I'm telling you, Epic has a plan.
I mean, it's very possible, but at the moment, it's apparently season 10 is apparently starting on it, which, for the record, we hate Fortnite. Just telling you this right now. This is the record going on. We hate it. Stupid. Ridiculously stupid. Why the hell do kids play it these days? I don't know.
I have not been into the launcher. But
also, I mean, I'm not going to judge people for playing it. Play it if you want to, but
he judges you.
So,
he's going to definitely judge you.
Usually will stare at you very judgingly.
By the way,
if you see that inside joke, then
go watch his blank rim. Go watch his blank rim video for 5 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna edit that down one day. Right now, I'm just gonna get other stuff that matters more.
One day, guys.
One day. There's a lot of other stuff that matter more than that. Right now, I have videos on my computer that I can't even upload yet because I don't know if I'm allowed. It's
NDA?
and I want to upload it. Well, it's not that it is NDA. It's just that the developer of the mod said he wants to get some footage out first before anyone else posts anything of it, and he hasn't done any of that yet. I'm like, I don't know if I'm allowed to or not.
Well, he can't really say that you're not allowed. If he says that he wants to, that's a difference. And I mean,
I don't know. Just saying that he wants it to be first because he doesn't want any other footage to be out there in case people like catch on. Like, oh, where'd you get this? This like they want to go to that video more so than his, where he should be getting it officially.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. But back to the Fortnite thing. Yeah, probably that's ending season 10 thing.
I
There's
think it
really
was
not
11.
going on.
It was season
Maybe it's
11,
10.
I think.
I don't know, but
I
point
don't.
is, there's a trailer right now. I mean, there's a live stream going on right now where people are staring at a black screen with a black hole in it. That's a
Oh
it's just
god.
a hole with like a blue circle in it. Like that is it.
Oh god. Oh, I just.
Which I think beforehand people did that before, where it's like, oh, what is gonna happen in Loot Lake or whatever? They were just staring at that live stream forever. I'm like, okay. Basically, I guess every time a new season starts, they shut off the servers and make you watch a live stream for like 10 hours until you realize what's going on.
Welcome to Epic.
Welcome back.
How did this game survive for so fucking
Take
long?
away your gameplay.
I would wonder how.
Company.
I would not know how
Yeah,
the fuck the
Millions
game
publishing.
survived so long.
Fortnite, I have no clue.
Yeah, how did it survive for so fucking long?
They started that idea around like what freaking
PUBG?
No. I'm talking about they shut off the server and make you watch a live stream for hours. Like I think that started around 7 or 8 the season. So like, okay, this is even more stupid. I admit they got some good ideas when it comes to just throwing in that world building effect or whatever. Not the building effect. I'm talking about trying to say, oh, this huge event's happening or whatever. I'm like, okay, I guess that's all right, but game still sucks.
Huh.
But, yeah. Also, I just don't like battle royale games. I'll play them sometimes, just like maybe once or twice to see how it is. And some are actually okay to play with. I mean, I kind of like Blackout a little bit. It's okay. And I mean, hell, you can now play for free on mobile, so that's a fun bit.
Yeah, I play Apex. That's the only BR game I play. But
there's also Apex, and a lot of people like that. I didn't really like it. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it can be fun, I guess, but I'm not really too big of a deal with it. It's meh.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of other stuff, but who cares?
And that's also, we talked about putting down time in games and stuff. Some people probably have like 1,000 hours on Fortnite, and I can't get why. Like,
I don't get why people buy these stupid battle passes and crap from it too, like season pass or battle pass from it, where it's just like
I
oh,
get
for get all these items. Like, oh my god.
I mean, I get if it's like, hey, we have like Ghost Recon Wildlands and stuff like that, and Siege. They release characters for each season, and you get those characters for free from the past. Plus, you get renown boost. You get
I mean, that's fine, I guess.
a shop discount.
Like something like in that system, it's like you have to buy something to do that. And then we go into the stupid microtransaction stage where Gears 5 recently came out, like I think it was a month ago. But that came out and it has the whole system where what is it? It's $10 to buy a clapping emoji or a thumbs up one. I forgot which one it was, but
What?
it's for a thumbs up emote. It's like $10 to buy the in-game currency to afford it. And I'm like, why? It's so terrible. Who would do that? And Gears 5 isn't BR or anything. It's just straight up multiplayer. You know, normal PvP stuff. I say normal because screw BR. Don't care. But yeah. The only BR I'll be freaking playing is the battle rifle. Aha. Yellow joke. Point blank. Still. You stupid.
Cough.
Cough. Because it's a terrible joke. And it was already been by 343 themselves. Anyway. Yeah, so apparently it's dying because there's a lot of stuff saying like RIP Fortnite or whatever. Oh, it's literally their trailer prefaces with this is the end. So I don't know if they actually mean, oh, it's going to end, or it's just like the end of that world that they created or whatever. They're just like
They're gonna switch the map in map overhaul.
I mean, they've had where they've had the normal map and then they add on to it, but they never actually.
That is an overhaul, but like a completely different map. That's there's a whole other story.
That could be that. That could be all it's saying. But apparently, there's just a lot of folks that are just saying, "Oh, this is gonna be the end of Fortnite. It's just gonna be done with." And I'm like,
I think it was dead when it from start, to be honest.
yeah, but then there was like this huge craze, and of course, kids freaking play like crazy. My cousin plays it like crazy. I was like, I don't understand it.
Like, yeah,
I don't get it.
no, I mean, like, with the game, it's like it was not even fun in the beginning. Like, I played it with one of my friends. No one knows about it here because it's an IRL friend. We played it when it came out. We didn't like it. I then played it a second time, like 1.5 years ago. Still didn't like it, and a third time, also about a year ago, and still didn't like it. Like,
I mean, I've played it a few times throughout it being out. I mean, I played it maybe 2 or 3 times during the first couple seasons, and that was only because first time to check it out, see what it was like.
Yeah.
Okay, this is kind of boring, I guess. I mean, it's okay, but at that point, nobody was really as good as they are now. Back then, it was just like everyone was kind of a rookie at it. Like, okay, that's okay. Like, at least it's somewhat kind of fun, I guess. But then people go freaking super try hard on the crap, like, oh god, I could just with their mouse and keyboard or just even a controller just build a superstructure in 5 seconds, and I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not winning against that. Goodbye.
like,
I'm out. Jeez, freaking no lives. And then I mean, I have a no life and a lot of other crap, but not in that way.
like,
And then,
yeah, and I can't understand then. It's same with like CS:GO and stuff like that. Like, shooters in general, in my opinion, like after a while they have to get boring.
I don't see how is it so many people get stuck to one game all the time. I can't be. I cannot become a one game streamer or anything. I'm a two things when it comes to variety streamers is that one, obviously you could be playing a lot of games that are great and all, but then you kind of spread yourself a little too far at times, which is obviously what I've done many times over, but it's just how that works.
For me, it's like, if I have a new game, I play through that game almost directly. Then I'm done. Then I'm like, oh, okay, back to play, but I feel like it's fun.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I do try that. It's just that a lot of times I'll get this new game, and it's like, okay, I want to try to play through it,
and then you get next new game.
Yeah, then I get another new game. I don't end up finishing the games and everything, but the problem really is burnout. I have a lot of it. I have a lot of burnout a lot of times. So it's really hard to just like try to get into the mood of streaming when I kind of just burn myself out very easily. I can do that with like 1 or 2 streams. It just randomly just cuts off.
I feel like
it's
that.
fun when I have a lot of people in the stream. It's just like when I'm sitting there by myself or one person or sometimes even just 2 or 3, it kind of starts burning a little bit. Just like, I just don't really feel up to this. I did that a lot with the Sonic series, like when I got to Sonic Adventure 2, because there was some difficult stuff on that one. I'm just like, I don't really want to continue this. But of course I beat it, and I'm on to the 3rd one, but it's getting like that, so.
That's the difference between me and Nexus. I don't get burned out. I just get tired of the game itself. I don't get tired of streaming because I love it. But the issue is the game. Like, I get more burnout on the games than the streaming itself. Like, I don't really care if I don't have viewers. I'm more like, I want to play this game. I play it for fun. Today I didn't stream at all. Like, I was.
Me, it's just that. I mean, yeah, it's also I don't really care much when it comes to viewers, but at the same time, it's just I like to have somebody to talk to. That's kind of my point of streaming, is for someone to talk to while playing a game by myself or something. It doesn't necessarily have to be I'm playing with another person and then there's that, but it's just to have somebody to talk to while playing the game or just show off that little bit, and it's nice. But lately, obviously, I pretend like there's always a lurker at all times. Even if I actually don't have any viewers, I turn off the view counter and I just pretend like there's always somebody there.
And
I just go for it.
Even I, who has a view counter because of the PlayStation thing, like, I don't really care about that. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing.
Visual disappointment, in a way. Just like, you always see a 0 there. It's just like, okay.
So I always have that one because
or like go up to 5, and you're like, oh hey, get some people there, then gone. Like, oh okay, later.
Yeah, and I don't really care because I'm like, Again, I'm more that's that you can notice also, David, is like I don't really care. I'm too silent in stream because I'm get too focused.
That's another thing though. It's just like the thing about me is that at times I don't really like talking too much. I mean, sometimes I do, and I really want to talk about some stuff. But if it's something like I'm really into, like again, I really want to try doing a stream where I'm editing videos, but I'm trying to find something that'll show off all the stuff I can do. You know, other than just trimming the video down, I want to try to do where I throw in a lot of effects that I can do. I don't really have a lot of those. If I can find one, then I'd be happy to stream it.
Do it with this
Actually,
podcast. Just for the fun of it.
Effects you can put into audio podcast. That's not how that works.
You would somehow succeed making some stupid shit of us like.
What am I gonna do? Oh, throw a pie on screen. Yeah, sure. There's an effect. No.
I mean,
I don't know. Just I recently, like the last time I did that, I just randomly got into a game of GTA Online, and I just rode around and talked, and that kind of worked because I did some effects that I thought were actually kind of nice, like there's a bridge, and I literally just had a thing of Sonic where the video only goes left and right, and I animated him walking up the bridge and over around. I'm like, okay, that's nice, but just, that was that, and it was a very old video. It was one of those where you could tell it's old because the way I talked in it and everything. I'm like, I can't keep editing this video. It's not gonna work. It's too old for me.
Back in my day.
I don't know how I'll probably talk like that, but there's that. And for some reason lately, it's like streams are easier to work with, but for some reason videos have been getting more and more enjoyable to like have out. The editing process isn't always enjoyable. It can be kind of annoying because I don't like hearing myself, but it could just be fun to release it and like, oh, there's all the random stuff that happened, and it's like it's kind of fun. Like the mod videos I made recently, I enjoyed editing that, and I would like to put it out because I feel like the cuts are really nice. I feel like I actually trimmed down the video in a good way.
Yeah.
But
and same when you do like a multiplayer game with someone like you and me does. Like,
I mean, it is pretty fun to do those, but at the same time, it's a little annoying when it can take a little while. And also when the freaking video decides to change resolution mid-go and completely desync all audio, and I'm like, I have to fix that crap, and it's annoying.
yeah. Or you have a loading screen for 2 hours instead of the game functioning, and you're gonna have to go into the game to edit that away because the video is 3 hours long. I mean, for the 5 of those 3 hours is fucking loading screens.
Like I said, that's literally not too hard. It's just cut from the beginning to the end of that.
Yeah, but then the question comes: where is the beginning? Where's the end?
Where it shows the end of the loading screen. Just keep going that way, and I don't really care about the conversations in the middle unless they were good.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna just say, when I watched the Exorcist video, like I think I sat like 5 minutes watching that bar in the bottom, staying in the same place. I'm like, are you gonna go up or?
It took forever to start because whenever it did start loading, it actually loaded kind of fast, but it just took forever to start loading.
Just that bar you see in the bottom, it was like 5% complete, and that was like, I'm gonna stay here for a while now. Like, can't you just move?
It wasn't fun.
I don't know if it was your PC that was like slowed down.
It could have been it being like installed on external, but I highly doubt it would have slowed it down that much.
But that was like the word. Like, I couldn't even know because he was streaming it, so I couldn't watch his stream because of the. It's like
the rules of it is like keep talking, nobody explodes. Where the person with the manual can't watch the actual stuff going on, and he was the one with the Book of Rituals, which is the manual, so he didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, so I couldn't know when he was ready, so he had to tell me.
Yeah, it took forever. I know it was a fun stream. I did like it.
Yeah,
Mm.
but games like that in general, I think it's gonna. They need to make a lot more of those games that you actually have to.
A lot of those types, yeah, that would be nice.
But it's like it's such a good co-op. It's like, hey, do this, but you have to do it.
There's a lot of stuff I would love to just. I know, like, kind of interrupting the whole point of why that's a good genre type, but it's just like, it, for some reason, it brought me back to the idea of when I said I wanted to start doing more party streams or some like
Yeah.
playing a game chat kind of stream. It's just like I'd really like to get into that stuff. It's just sadly I don't have that many people to get to do it with.
Oh God! Think about 5 people trying to help you exercise a demon.
So that's gonna work. But I mean, that's like a party game, like an actual party game, or going to a actual multiplayer PvP game. So playing again Call of Duty or something.
A custom
multiplayer.
Modern Warfare 2 game.
Basically, yeah, you just go in a private match and invite a bunch of people.
Yeah.
That would work fine. It just there's not too many people that are into joining in on that out of random. Or I just want to get enough people in chat who'd actually be up for doing it.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2 I would gladly wanna do sometime, like a private game with a few.
If I can actually get people on PC, because there's a lot of people who don't have it on PC. They have it. Most people have it on 360 apparently. So that's that bit.
Said, ooh, we could do if the new Modern Warfare is having crossplay, as it's planned to do.
That is a thing. Yeah, it is gonna have crossplay apparently.
So, yeah.
I didn't get to play it.
None of us did. We were planning to do it, but we didn't do it.
Yeah, it was one of those where it didn't feel like streaming. That's another thing with like the recent like MCC Insider build. I only did 1 day of it. I streamed 1 day of it. There was like 3 or 4 more days, and I didn't do any of it because I just didn't feel up to playing anything.
Yeah,
it happens. But
and
yeah,
I think the thing with you is that you're like me when it comes down to it. In the end, it's like we like to play games alone, but also when it comes down to streaming, it's funnier to do it with someone because then. Yeah. But again, if you stream alone, you want a chat to be active, preferably.
Yeah, I want some type of active. I mean, it doesn't have to be many people. Again, it can just be 1 or 2 people.
Yeah.
3. I mean, it doesn't matter. Just like 1 to 3 people, perfectly fine for me. I mean, I'm fine with that if there's just somebody there to talk to while I'm trying to play something. The whole point of me streaming is to, in a sense, show it off to somebody of like my terribleness of playing a game. Literally that, especially in one of the streams I've been doing recently, which will probably not continue for a little bit because it's hard as hell.
Clone Hero.
No, that just has copyright issues, which.
Oh hey, 20 videos, 20 songs blocked, plus that one video that got blocked all over the world.
Yeah,
that one song.
Never understood that. That is how that works. No, it was doing the Halo on the hardest difficulty. Literally, the first Halo is the worst on that if you're playing the 3rd level, because there's this one section where you go up into a ship. I mentioned it before, but you go up into the ship, and about 5 different elites show up with like swords, and that is very difficult to kill those because they're the highest grade of the elite, like the highest rank, so they have the most health. And they have the most like shield and everything. Swords are 1 hit and they can lunge, so it's very difficult. And basically, I sat there dying for at least 30 minutes or almost an hour just in that one room. I can't escape. Like, how do I do this? Because it's just like, oh, there's one over here. In the lower difficulties, there's only maybe 2 or 3, and in this one, they just keep spawning. I'm like, what is going on? How do I leave this room? Like, I can't leave. Because it's supposed to be when everyone's dead, then you can leave the room. But they wouldn't stop.
Maybe it was a glitch.
I highly doubt it, because people have the same, like, they say the same thing as me when it comes to that one being so difficult. It's literally one of the hardest. The second game has that too. There's one section where it's extremely hard. That's because the second game is broken.
I mean, like,
They broke that one.
the worst. It was like the first Modern Warfare when I played the remastered. The sniper lab when you have to wait for the helicopter. Playing that on. Yes, because you play on regular. You are regular. I play on veteran, like a professional. You know.
Doesn't make you a professional.
Yeah, but that's like you're sitting there because like it's a one hit shot from them. Like they can hit you in one hit and you're dead. Like no other like below difficult. If you play the highest on any Call of Duty game, it's a one hit kill basically from the enemy.
It's not always one hit.
Not always, but like
I used to play a World War veteran all the time because it's fun. And Modern Warfare 2 veteran with Spec Ops, obviously you're gonna want to play veteran. It's the best way. I don't play lower difficulty on Spec Ops Modern Warfare 2. It has to be veteran. But overall,
yeah.
I mean I can understand that level being pretty difficult. But at the same time, as I kept dying and everything, but there's one of those times where it's like it's super difficult, but I'm not really getting mad at it.
What pissed me off was that you had to get the Macmillan, and first time I tried to go get him.
This is why you're supposed to go all the way to the right. Like if you go all the way to the back, like almost where the Ferris wheel is, but keep going to the right where it looks like this supposed to be like whatever it is,
behind everything.
Whatever.
Yeah, I know. Like I stood there the whole games.
Prone there. Just prone there and just keep killing everybody that walks in front of you because they never walk anywhere else. They're always in front, and you can never be sniped or anything. It's a very big cheese that you just easily do. Eat that damn cheese like a rat. Just go nuts. Just don't get caught in the trap. And that trap is getting up to go get Macmillan just to run over to the helicopter after.
Yeah, that was the thing I had issues with. Because the first time the helicopter came down, apparently I couldn't pick up Macmillan by some reason. And I died.
There was a lot of sections where obviously, when you had to pick them up and just like actually just run through the buildings and everything. There was a lot of those sections where I was like inches away from death. If I would have got hit by one more bullet, I would have been dead. And it just like it kept going and going. And Evil was in the chat, and he's just like, if you were a veteran right now, you would be very dead right now. Like, yeah, I know.
I think the picking him up and getting to the fucking to the Ferris wheel was the easiest part. The rest was like, you are fucked.
It was kind of the same. It was the same way when it came to whenever I got to the helicopter. I think I did it first try when the helicopter was there.
I think I died like 2 times. That was because like they come around a corner. You don't expect them to.
Killed basically I got killed on my way over to him to take him to the helicopter, but I didn't die when I got him. When I got him, it was.
Yeah, you got like a health boost when you picked him up. Like you got a lot of health.
That could be why I did so good before. The real thing that annoyed me was I think it was the next mission or something, where it was just like, oh, you need, or no, it was the next mission. It was the mission before. Safe house mission, where it's just like, oh, go into this house, go to that house, clear out all these houses. Like, the one after that mission though, I've heard is really annoying.
The last mission of the game is really annoying too when you're in the bunker.
I think it's called Heat. The mission that I'm talking about, that's probably really annoying. I think it's called Heat.
I don't know. But the last mission, the game over, I think it's called. What's the last mission is called? But like that one is really irritating because you're in a bunker, and they are basically like fucking straight forward, and it's like 10 guys in front of you that you have to run, and it's like guys on the sides also shooting you. So you're like pinned where you come from, and you can't go to either right or left because there's people that are gonna shoot you from behind and stuff. And there's people in front of you. You can take out the guys in the front. That's easy. But you're gonna get basically killed by the guys on the left or right.
I don't know. That's the thing about the first Modern Warfare is like really difficult and a lot of stuff. I mean,
I gotta say the newer the game, the easier it became like playing on the hardest. Like
honestly, the first Modern Warfare was from what I've seen so far. Because obviously the playthrough I'm doing of it is a completely blind playthrough because I've never. The only one I played was a training mission and the boat mission in the beginning. Everything else was completely blind. I had no idea what the hell was going on.
When I played the first time, it was totally blind too.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Good job.
Yeah.
But
I never played it until I got it free on PlayStation.
I'm just saying I recently played it like, a couple weeks ago or like a month or two ago. Like I started playing it and, first stream got halfway. So next stream should probably finish it, but I'm waiting on some stuff. But it's just that it's just kind of annoying. In a sense, I mean, it's more that game so far has been the most annoying when it comes to actually trying to play. Because it's just like, obviously it was old stuff, so everything I complain about in it is just stuff that isn't present or was fixed in the newer games.
Yeah, and
like,
not only
Mark
that.
2 or in the Black Ops series, not counting 3 or 4, but just the 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But all that was fixed, and I'm like, okay, that's the stuff I'm complaining about. It's the stuff that's just not present right now, but that makes sense because it's an old game. But at the same time, it's like the game has it where enemies will infinitely spawn. That is its core set, is that AI will infinitely spawn. It's just really annoying to deal with that.
Especially in certain areas.
Build a house. If you're trying to, for example, the mission where you're supposed to clear out each house. If you're just sitting there at one house killing people in front of the house and you're about to go in, they'll instantly spawn inside the house again and kill you. If you're, especially on a higher difficulty, obviously, but yeah.
I did have those issues.
Well, it's an infinite spawn. That's how the game works.
I mean, I think it was certain that like
I was sitting in a house and we cleared down the downstairs, but apparently there was one guy left and I never knew it. And I go down there, I kill that guy, but because there was one guy left, another one spawns in and kills me.
Good job.
I'm like, okay, that's not fair at all. But you know what? Games weren't meant to be fair. And I guess if games were fair, then it wouldn't be too much fun.
Yeah.
Well, that's not actually true at all.
I mean, if you play easy, it's gonna be fair because it's like gonna give you basically the win. But with me, it's like I don't want it to be. I want to actually have a challenge to complete the game. Even if I get mad at the game.
And yeah, everybody wants to see him freaking go nuts at something. I don't know if he uploaded in the. I'm pretty sure he has, but
the Modern Warfare series is uploaded.
No, I was gonna say the Uncharted. Go watch the archive of that, because
I think that's uploaded.
It gets a little rough.
Yeah, that I'm really, but also I think those. I think the first one is really, I'm really pissed at. The second one I'm fine, or finer, because I was not as pissed. But is that also? I'm not pissed at the game itself. I'm more pissed at myself because I know I can do better, and the issue is that
Finish.
I need to finish it too. Not
I need to finish Uncharted 2 because honestly, Uncharted 2 is the best.
I need to finish the first one.
I mean, I finished the first one, but
yeah, but I haven't.
Okay, finish it someday. But the second one, they say, is really good, and the third one, obviously, I haven't played and haven't heard talk about. Actually, I've heard that it's not as good as 2, but Okay, and 4, in my opinion, very good, and I will likely replay.
Good for you. Also, he's biased because his favorite actor is in the it's the voice actor for Drake.
Sam Drake is my favorite actor, and he's only in the 4th game. And spoiler alert, and the Lost Legacy, he's in there too.
Good for you. Want a medal?
This is the thing, he's not going to be in the game until like midway through it. Like it's not even on. I don't even think it's in the.
Who is it that plays Nathan Drake?
Nolan North.
Yeah, that's your other favorite actor.
That is my 3rd favorite actor.
Favorite. Then don't
Yeah,
care.
recently, Grabowski the second one.
Oh, by the way, talking about North, they have a release. I think they have a release date for The Last of Us. I think we talked about that under the weeks that was, but I think we mentioned it on the stream, or maybe did. But I think they have a release date for The Last of Us 2.
Oh yeah, I think we talked about that.
I don't remember. I'm so excited for that game because I'm like, my God.
I mean, I would be, but I have no hype towards it because I haven't even been the first.
Yeah, but have you beaten games?
I mean, I'm stuck at a. It's the point that I'm stuck at a part where every time I move 2 inches, a clicker immediately gets onto me and I'm dead. Every time. There's nothing I can do because I have nothing on me.
Did you learn anything about clickage? Don't move fast. Just move silently.
That's the point. It's scripted that they automatically know you're there. Like in that one part. In that one part, the point of it is that they're.
Doesn't you have a shiv?
No, I don't have a shiv.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Those are very rare around where I'm at. They're very rare to get.
Craft one. I think you can craft one.
I can't. I don't have any. I don't have the stuff for it. I've looked around constantly. There's no supplies for it. I don't like is when games bring in a crafting system or some customization system. In a way, I guess it's kind of innovative, but at the same time, it's really stupid. Cut the shit. It's annoying. Especially customization. Freaking character customization annoys me.
I think we talked about this last time.
We did. I hate it. I'm gonna bring it up again. Like Skyrim and stuff where you create your own freaking character. This is all hell. How the hell should I know who the hell I want to be? I want to be a freaking tiger. I want to be a damn freaking whatever the hell that thing is. I want to be human. I don't even know what the hell I want to be. Just let me play the damn game. Welcome, my leave. And also, custom characters don't have that much depth in story. They really have nothing most of the time. They have nothing.
Unless you play Dragon Age Inquisition. But
really know.
Yeah, well, they have.
A lot of times it's not.
Like, it doesn't matter how you look in the game. It's like, but you still have a voice. They have actually voices.
Yeah, and it's that way for Fallout 4 as well. I mean, that, in a way, I'm like, okay, that I'm okay with in the game, but I don't really like much of Fallout 4. And
I don't like Fallout overall.
I like New Vegas. It was okay, but still, dumb.
But the
we were talking about a bunch of stuff. We were talking about some.
We tried
to Last of Us, and then he mentioned
The Last of Us 2.
Okay,
and
then
mentioned
I kind of hate crafting systems in games and custom and character customization. I don't like it. The crafting stuff in games again is nice because it's kind of different, but at the same time, I don't really like it because it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, oh, you have to scour the freaking levels at all times to get this, and if you didn't, you kind of fucked at this one part. Like, why? It's like, if you didn't get that thing 3 checkpoints back, where you can no longer go back to, you're screwed. You have to restart the entire level over again because you didn't pick that up. And that is completely stupid. I'm fine to backtrack, but at least let me backtrack. Because now I have no items.
Oh, look who's watching you.
I noticed.
Yeah, I got into your stream because I'm... Good job!
I noticed, and then I looked over like, oh wait, no, I didn't notice.
Good job, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's very specific.
Hi, Danny. Welcome to the stream.
Very specific.
Oh, God, that's so fucking funny that you missed.
You're on a tiny screen, and I'm mainly looking over to the right because I'm trying to face the mic at this moment. And I look over.
Even I, who just switched the stream, knows who it is.
Because I'm not actively looking at the screen. I just looked over like, oh, okay.
Oh, God, that's...
Usually I look at the TV whenever I'm looking at chat because it's like right there below my TV. But now I'm not looking at it at all.
And that's why you failed.
welcome to the stream. Welcome to basically over third.
We're definitely past third now.
Yeah, we're past third. I don't know where the heck
We
we're at.
passed half. We're on the second third. Soon 2 hours into the stream.
Somewhere.
Me speak very good English.
You do. Absolutely not. Yeah, like I said, I'm not very much hyped up for Last of Us Part 2 because that just had to be the first one. And at the same time, it's like, I'm very sure, because so far I do enjoy the story in Last of Us, it's just, I'm nowhere near finished. And even after that, I don't know if I'll be super hyped up to even start playing the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that bit makes sense. I mean, that's another thing when it comes to a podcast in a sense, or just the actual live stream. It's like you don't really want to watch the full thing. It kind of makes sense to get edited down versions for a lot of stuff. It's going to take forever for me if I was to actually edit down these.
Depends.
Wow. All right.
What?
So just throw that in there. But when it comes
to
noobs. An actual live stream, it'd be nice to edit it down. You know, like if you're playing a game or something. But sucker. Uno reverse. Okay.
Wait, you Uno reversed? How dare you Uno reverse now?
Why not?
Didn't you have a fourth thing you wanted to mention earlier? Also, you talked about in the.
Did
I don't know. You're the ones.
Yeah, I'm the one who had a bunch of stuff in my mind. We talked about the Blizzard, we talked about Fortnite, and then we talked about random streamer stuff, which I guess was pretty good.
I mean, we always talk about random streamer stuff, and we talked about your clan. Was another fourth thing you want that in?
That I wanted? I don't know.
Nor do I.
Alright, see when you get back.
I'm scrolling up here to check.
I know that we're missing out on one thing, but I kind of want to wait a little bit on that one. We can talk about that in the last little bit because, well, there's not too much to say about it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh yeah. We talked about Fortnite earlier. I know it's a sad thing, but that's Pornhub tweet you showed in SFC. That I just saw it when I scrolled up and I wanna read it. Like it says from Pornhub Aria, we have better holes to stare at than hashtag Fortnite.
Yeah, it was from, I think that was the official Pornhub thing. It said that. I'm like,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, yes.
Okay, in what case of gibberish? Gibberish from the both of us or just him? Because I hear that every day.
We forgot to mention the newest episode.
Again, that's what I was saying.
That's good.
We are on the last.
Yeah, we have an hour left, so I don't know.
I mean, that could be the last thing, which...
Wasn't there something else? Was there something else? I talked about Fraction earlier. I also talked about which... I watched 2 modern classics lately. I'm not kidding. For the first time ever. The first one was Forrest Gump.
I'm likely never going to watch that.
That's a good movie. Tom Hanks.
I really don't care for it.
But run, Forrest, run.
Don't care.
But run.
Inspirational uplift freaking type of movie where it's like, oh, the drama kind of uplift thing, like, oh, it's this guy from the lowest end going all the way to the freaking top tier, like da da da. Like I don't care. It's a freaking trope that's gonna run off too much. I care nothing for it.
What why it's called a modern classic is because I think it's from the 90s. I think it's
much of a modern classic. It's still a classic.
Yeah, the thing why it's I think
a modern classic is 2000s.
Not in this case, not on Netflix. I watched Castaway, the other one that is also classified as a modern classic. I think it's 90s to 2000, like up to Up to 2000, like.
I would just say 2000 for me.
Yeah, but
A
you're
decade is no. I'm saying a decade is modern classic. Before that is classic, and that's not because I'm young. That's just literally how that should be.
Kids these days.
You're only like a couple years older than me, so you can't go
Back in my day.
You weren't that much older either. But I'm saying, like, actual classics. We're gonna go back into like 80s stuff and everything. Like, that's definitely classics.
Oh, Terminator.
Okay, see, this is the thing that people probably find random. I've mentioned it before, I'm pretty sure. I haven't watched many of the big name movies that everyone's all up about. Like, I know the plots and everything. It's just, I've never watched them. I've never seen Terminator. I've never seen Blade Runner. I've
not watched Blade Runner, but that's because yeah, I wanna watch the old one first, then I wanna watch the new one.
The new one apparently sucks. So
well, that's because I think they removed the. I think that's because it's the same. It's a new. It's a continuing
reboot. Basically, it's like a reboot continuation. It's weird, but regardless, yeah. Back to it. Haven't watched Terminator. Haven't watched Die Hard. Haven't watched
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I haven't watched Lord of the Rings. Again, haven't watched Blade Runner. Haven't watched The Matrix.
Oh, you should definitely watch The Matrix. Even if you say that you know the plot, it's still fucking good because it's like
a lot of stuff I haven't watched.
But like,
what is some like really well-known like classic movies or something that you can think of? Because I can't think of any right now.
We have mentioned Terminator. We have to. Their part movies is like, but they are more modern.
Completely watched Back to the Future.
I like tried. Like I've tried to watch it, but I'm like, I don't like. I'm more against Jamie Foxx. I'm against Fox. I don't like him as an actor.
One is like I've watched. I think I've watched most of the second one. The first one I've only watched like the end of it. I think there's a third one, but I haven't watched it like at all. Yeah, there's a third one. I haven't watched it at all. A lot of other older movies I've not seen, and people would just like, just completely, I don't know, just destroy me over. Just like, oh, what the hell? What's wrong with you? I'm sorry. I mean, it's funny. I have access to a lot of these movies. Like, I literally have them. I just haven't watched them. Like I said, for example, I do have the Blade Runner Final Cut. I just haven't taken the time out of my day to watch it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Also, like we have time and stuff, but that's like the feeling to do.
There's a lot of stuff that are movies. Like there's the movies that are actual ones or anime movies or whatever. Super simple to watch. Only a couple of hours. You're done. But it's like I don't want to watch that. I want to watch the other stuff. I want to watch actual shows or watch like longer deals or whatever. Like right now, I'm watching like a YouTube series that has like 300 and something episodes, or almost 400. I'm just watching through it. Like, okay.
Yeah. For me, it's like that's the thing. Also, like watching an older series is. I feel like it's a different for us. Like if we watch a series from like the 90s, it's like, oh, this is fun. This is good. Like
I wanted to back when Twitch was doing that Doctor Who marathon. I really wanted to watch all those, but it just kind of got to me a little bit. Like it's just like,
the same thing with like the Pokemon stuff. Like when
it was like the first 500 episodes, and I was like, okay, I think I watched the first season. Like I maybe skipped a couple of episodes in it, but I watched the first season of it. I was like, okay, these aren't that.
You watched the first season in black and white. That's mind blowing. Like I've watched a few episodes of the first season. I was like, this is actually fucking good for being the age it is.
Really good for being in like what was it, 60s?
I think it's like 68.
I think so, and it's just like really good. I kind of liked it.
Yeah, series. I agree. Series is so much funnier somehow. Like a movie, I feel like it's so much plot in such a little time.
Yeah, it's kind of downside of it a lot of it. It's like, you have this like huge plot you can work with, but you fit it into a 2-hour time frame. Like, it doesn't work very well. It's even worse for those like stories that get adapted into a movie instead of a show. when it really needs to be a show, or they have both. Like as an
Like
example,
a book kind of works in doing a movie. That works because like
some way sometimes.
yeah, unless you do Game of Thrones, that he has not either watched.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched that. I don't want to.
But
really watch
a
Walking Dead
cute
either,
lady
but
that has a dragon.
don't want to watch Game of Thrones. Don't want to really watch Walking Dead. I watched the 3rd season. That's literally the only one I've seen is the 3rd season. And I just stopped at that point. Meh.
My first season was the last good one for me. Like I watched 1 to 4, I think. That was like, did he use the same thing?
For the 3rd season. But, I don't know. There's a bunch of crap. And I was just like, meh. There's a lot of other TV shows that people are crazy for. I'm not into.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, when it comes down to it, we both rather watch like either like superhero stuff or anime.
Yeah, but yeah, again, as Danny points out, basically series is mostly better than movies. But as we just said, it's mostly because they put too much of a story into a simple time frame. It doesn't work. Like, it doesn't work very well because, as an example, I have is say Clenid. They did both. They made a movie adaptation of like it's from a visual novel. They adapted it into a movie. Obviously, I haven't seen the movie because it's freaking. I don't want to watch a 2-hour thing of that entire thing. It doesn't work. But you have a show that is 2 seasons worth. That's way better. That is way better, and it fits very well.
I started to feel sick. Oh.
Yeah, don't
worry, I'm fine. I'm not dying yet. Don't worry.
Don't you die.
He's not. Yet. He's stuck with me for a lot.
Press stop.
Then you can die. Like not live on stream, okay? I mean, it can be good content, but just
you must die. Everyone knows what that's from. That's nothing. I really love that. I gotta catch up on them too.
My leg is itchy right now. 8 a.m. in the morning. I should be asleep, guys. I should actually be asleep. But you know.
See, that is like the main mantra of any like basically just people who don't do much of anything, or like it's just gamers or whatever these days. I should be asleep by now. It's the main mantra. Just who goes to sleep early these days?
Gute Nacht, mein friend. And we will see you probably tomorrow. Where we continue bullying people. Because that's what we do. We bully our friends.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how it works, but hey.
There's some more stuff I was gonna. Yeah, probably. We'll see. Depends on how, completely tired you are after working. Like, oh, we'll talk with you tomorrow. At break, I'm dead. And at time off, no answer. It's like, yeah, straight to bed. Be a good call.
I think we both are gonna be dead tomorrow. Again, as usual.
It's just the thing, when we do these, it's just like, it's great at that point, but it's like we use all of our energy for the next day. It's just like,
I don't have you ever really done a? I don't think you have ever really done a stream after a podcast night.
Why would I?
Like it's like because I feel like your energy is like drained from doing a podcast because we.
I was saying, why would I? Because I don't have the time for it afterwards.
Not after the stream, no, but like the day after, like you'd rather do it.
Yeah, no.
I think you've done like once or twice after a stream that you've done it again. Yeah. Like you streamed twice in a row.
I mean, that is the main reason. It's just because we've been talking for so much and sitting in a chair without being able to move that very much. Kind of just limits my energy.
I mean, you could start jumping.
Start jumping and just have that vibrate throughout the house. Just wake everybody up. Probably knock a few things over.
You make it sound like you weigh like a whale right now. Like
Well, I'm just saying, there's a lot of stuff on my desk. I'm pretty sure if I jumped, the desk would shake and it would just fall off, and it would just make a loud noise. I have a lot of stuff on my desk. I need to clean this thing off. It is rough.
Oh, I have a lot of stuff also I need to clean up.
And I need to clean off my desk because my idea was to take my TV, which is, say if I was, playing a game or something, it's right in front of me, take it off, put it on the desk that is to my right, because there is a space I can put it on, and put every single console and stuff like in these little bits below it, I guess. Then there's this like shelf section where I take out the middle shelf, which has stuff on it, had to take that off, clean that off, then put my computer there, because the computer tower is pretty big. So I had to do that. Point is,
you're lazy.
take my TV stand completely, put it all into one spot, and it would make a lot of stuff easier for me.
But you're also too lazy to do it.
That's kind of the deal.
Like, I want to do this, but
I want to do it, but
it's work, man. It's work.
I mean, it depends on what the work is.
Like, if I get paid, of course I would do it.
Right? But, I mean, it's just with this TV and everything, like, doing all this, it's just a lot of cables I have to mess with and everything else, and it's to be a giant pain, because everything's all plugged in, it's set fine, but then I'm going to have to unplug everything, untangle it all, move it over. It's a heavy TV. I mean, it's a 32-inch. It's going to be a little bit heavy. Not too bad, but a little bit. And then, of course, the heavy computer has plenty of stuff in it. Definitely going to be heavy. Yeah.
No, I'm just going insane, okay, guys? Don't worry about it. This is a normal podcast evening. Nothing is unusual, okay?
Because you're going insane, that's definitely not unusual.
Like, if I'm normal, that is when you should be worried.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's acting normal.
If we do great at a video game, be worried. Be scared. There's something very wrong. I'm really curious how good we would actually be now when the game comes out in Modern Warfare. I mean, normal like matches and everything, probably not going to be as good.
But the 2v2 stuff again?
Yeah, doing the 2v2 game mode again.
I think early games we're gonna be good. Like early state of this game, we're probably gonna be good.
Yeah.
But I feel like if we
nerf that shotgun, and I really hope they don't, because that thing is awesome. The thing just like freaking shot from afar. I'm like, I love that shotgun.
But I was gonna.
The only game where I love a shotgun.
Stop fucking talking about your shotgun, okay? We know you have a crash on it, okay? Stop. It's a shotgun. I think it's not legal. I mean, probably is legal in the United States because you have a fucked up law. God, dude. That's like, isn't there a state where you can actually marry anything if you want to? And it's a legal marriage.
I mean, if Peter can marry a pie and Family Guy, I'm pretty sure we're good.
That sounds like. Am I bleeding or am I just? Or am my leg gotten wet from something?
Probably been scratching it for too much.
No, I don't know. It was just randomly.
Some reason that reminded me of Resident Evil, and now I'm just kind of like, been a nice thing to do. Oh shoot, that's another thing I wanted to do. Oh, I remember. I want to do a. I mean, I mentioned a lot of this on Twitter and everything, but I want to do a horror theme because obviously it's October, and it's perfectly fine to do it later in because I could probably start like a 12 days of horror games or something. But
one of them can be the Exorcist game because that's definitely a horror game.
I mean, it's kind of. It's not really much of horror. It's more of just screaming like, "No, that's the constellation. No, that's the freaking rune you're supposed to be using. No, not that way. Ah, crap! I just screwed up. I was supposed to go backwards."
I feel really clever as a horror game because of the idea of the game. That's an issue I have with games, like zombie games. Like zombie games, I don't see as horror because they are not really scary, but they're horror because
scary,
of.
But it's just like the idea, I guess.
Like that's the thing. It's the idea of it being zombies. Zombies are meant to be horror, and
meant to be, but sometimes it's not.
Like I prefer it to be like like Resident Evil is not a horror game, unless you like play. I would say the first one is a little bit of a horror,
We'll say
but
this: first, second, third.
fourth
The
is
Leon story in the sixth, and 7 Resident Evil 2 remake. Also, technically, the Resident Evil 1 remake and Resident Evil 0, but
yeah. The fourth is a little bit meh. It's like I think it's like one place is like
kind of breaks into the action scene that they started growing into, but it was at the point where it's like this is perfectly fine. It's like a very good action sort of deal. They don't just throw it into your face. It still feels like Resident Evil. Then you go into 5, and it's like, okay, now you're just going to action. Like it's an okay game, but don't go too much into it.
yeah. I mean, I don't mind like when I play a horror game. Like a horror game, I don't if it's like Until Dawn, it's like fine because that was not really a horror. It was more the idea of there's a psychotic murderer in the forest.
Kind of horror in a sense. It's just its own.
I think it was a few jump scares. That's it, but it was not like.
It's not about jump scares. It's the atmosphere and the story and the thought. It just.
And I said that be like,
horror.
Oh, is this meant to be scary?
That's the way of Man of Medan. That is a really good game, by the way.
Don't talk about too much about it because
I won't talk about what it's about. I'm just saying in general that
they did
obviously by the same people who
made Until Dawn.
Yeah, same people.
But different company.
Is it though?
Yeah, because Sony is not part of this. Sony.
Well, it's not about Sony. Sony didn't make Until Dawn. It was just an exclusive for it.
Yeah.
That was it. I was just saying that it's.
I think it's
the
same
different people made it.
It could be the same people, but it could be a different company, depending on if they switch company.
If they left or not, but yeah. Point is, that was the thing they did. Really good game. Definitely recommend. So, if you can get money at some point.
Yeah, I have thought about it. Like, I think it's on sale right now.
The thing is, co-op is really weird. I mean, it's just so weird to like go from solo to co-op because I'm like, me and Evil played a co-op as our first playthrough, and the only thing I'll say to spoil is just that in the beginning you get to pick your own character. So it's like, oh, do you want to play as this one or this one? And whoever you pick, you will get a set character throughout that story. You don't get to pick the next characters that show up later. It sets you into that random new character into the story. But it's that way depending on which one you chose. And in solo, you don't know. It just goes that way.
Interesting.
It's like you don't really understand it. I mean, I guess you do still pick. It does the same thing, but it's just like you don't really get to understand both sides of the story because if you're playing solo, it's like there's parts where you'll leave. Like,
but why is it a co-op game then? It's
both. It's all co-op, but I mean, it's just like if you're to play solo, then you're gonna leave like a part of the group at some point, and you won't understand what that group's gonna be doing. They'll be doing stuff off screen. But if you're playing co-op, then the other person will be a part of that group. You'll be part of the group that leaves, and that's that. So you get to understand both sides. So co-op's a better way to go if you're able to. But
but you need friends.
Yeah, but you need friends, and it's not like a way out where only one person needs to buy it. Both need to buy it. I think there's a way to do a handoff deal where, it's like, or I don't think it's one controller, but there's that, and I think there's like a streamer way. I don't know how the hell it works. It's weird.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
A
Way Out was also an amazing game.
What game?
A Way Out.
Oh yeah, that was a good game.
I wonder if I ever explored the second episode or the third episode. It's a shit enough.
I've watched people play A Way Out, and mostly because I was like, I'm probably never gonna get this game because none of my friends are playing on PS4. So at the time, you weren't really like.
I would have
in the first place. But
well, we did play. We recently the only game we played together was Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
I mean, wait, do you have Way Out on PlayStation?
I have the demo.
If you get the full game on PlayStation.
Yeah, I have the demo, and obviously with the game, for anyone who doesn't know, the way the game works is only one person needs to buy it. The other player gets the demo, and then you can play co-op together. So, only one person has to pay the money in that case.
Ooh.
But just the fact that I've already watched the full story. I know everything that happens on both.
Yeah, well, you could help me try to fix the trophies because I need to get the trophies.
There's that. I don't know if it requires plus. I think it does. Pretty sure it does. But
if it does, it's gonna be sad because then we can't play.
Yeah, it's basically that I know the story, but also me and Evil at one point wanted to go ahead and do it anyway because we thought it'd be fun, I guess, just to do it.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: watching the story and playing a story is.
Happens, but obviously playing the game is going to be different because you're playing the game.
And you control what's gonna happen. Like, hey, this game. Yeah. I feel like even if you watch, say for me, if I have watched a game online, like when I watched your Blank Dream playthrough in the beginning, the first episode, and then I got the link for it myself, and I played through it. Like, it's different to watch you because it's like.
When it comes to that game, I understand because it was the same way for me. I watched. More name drops, I guess. At this point, who even cares about name drops? Just say the name. But when it comes down to Markiplier, I watched his playthrough of Blank Dream. I watched the entire thing, and then later I'm like, I actually kind of want to just make videos of this because at the time it was just videos. And I played through it. I'm like, I kind of don't remember most of this, but that's because it was like a year before when I watched it. So,
but there's also the like, even if you have watched this, like, it's such a different experience with that game because it's like.
It kind of is, yeah. I mean,
like even when, like we talked about earlier, we talked about when we did our own voice acting for the game.
That was definitely different. Which
again, 5 hours, waste 5 hours of your life on Nexus channel watching our Blank Dream VA.
Or wait about a year and you'll get, or probably more than that, and you'll get the edited down version, or you never will, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing with it.
To be announced.
Yes, to be announced. That's all you're getting. Coming soon to a YouTube channel, definitely not near you.
And it's like, and then what date? To be announced. You're like, okay. And then you're gonna have those. Then you're gonna have those develop. Then you're gonna get those, but it's like, are you gonna release it yet? Is it out yet? Like.
Yeah, that's one that I was mentioning the last one.
Yeah.
Idiots who are so freaking impatient.
Yeah.
So that's what we didn't mention. Like,
I'm just gonna leave a comment now on your shadow, like, hey, is it out yet?
I don't know. I hate those type of people. Anyway, back to the horror games that I'd like to play and everything. I mentioned them all on the Twitter and everything, and I think I also posted like a YouTube community post, which I don't think anyone looks at, but I did anyway. I do have quite a bit of horror games, but the only ones I can think of the time that I would do is like, I'm still up for doing the Outlast Insane attempts because, those are kind of fun. Just I can only get to one part, then I lose. Like I always die at that part. Like, well, that sucks.
Oh, that's the part when you die at the same place every time you like get to a certain area, and like if you have the terrible checkpoint system.
I don't know how to get through it because I don't know the freaking thing, and it's not really about checkpoint system because there's none.
Yeah, but
it's the insane difficulty where if you die, you get reset to the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
So that's the whole point of me trying is just like, I want to see just how far I can get each time.
And then like unless you die earlier, it's that one part that you die at always.
It's funny because Evil did it one time and he went outside, like he got to the outside portion, and I think he fell like down at one point and died. And he's just like, "Yeah, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't blame you." Let's see. There's that. I still have to continue Outlast 2 because it was an old video that did like, but I did edit it and I uploaded it.
I should download Amnesia. I need to download Amnesia on my PlayStation.
The other thing, Amnesia, I finished Dark Descent, but I still have to do Machine for Pigs.
I think I have. If you don't own it yourself, I think I have it on mine.
Oh god, I have both Amnesias. I already got that.
Yeah, same. I have it on PlayStation and PC.
Yeah.
I think I streamed it on PC though the first time. I think I'm gonna switch over to do that on my.
I mean, I have the Amnesia trilogy on. Not trilogy, freaking double deal.
Oh, by the way, talk about Blank Dream VA. I forgot. We need to do the Blight Dream stuff. We have not. We talked about it, but I feel like we kind of forgot about it because like.
Well, it's not that I forgot about it. Just that honestly, just at the moment trying to piece some stuff together on that.
Yeah, but it's more that we want the third person in, or we want to try to get the third person in, but we don't know.
Yeah, we kind of just don't want to stick to just us two because it's like we kind of like somebody else being there at the same time. It'd be kind of more funny. But back to the other thing, like with Outlast 2, like I said, I did the first thing, need to complete that, and I like to because it seems like a really good game.
I don't have any games I want to play, like any horror games more than Amnesia.
I guess I'm gonna have to restart Resident Evil 7, which is like the 5th time I played through. Because it's like I've already freaking done this like so many damn times, but it's like I can never get it right. Every time I try to stream it, it would turn out terrible. And then I recorded it, and it's like, okay, it was fine, but it's terrible.
Is it?
So
Oh no, I have so much on it also. Oh yeah, you could probably maybe finish Layers of Fear 2 also.
I don't have that.
Didn't you have it? Oh yeah, I have it though.
I had the first Layers of Fear, and I don't feel like finishing it.
But
It's just the mood I was in, and I'm like, I've already beat the game, and I'm just like, meh.
But
I mean, there are multiple endings, but still.
That's I hate games with that, like, because I don't think many.
I do like it. It's just like the game didn't feel much of that sense. The only way to get the multiple endings like differently is to get the collectibles or to die or not die in specific situations. It's like I just can't do that. It's just a little different. It's like I had to put so much time into the same section over and over again. It's like it's kind of boring. But what are the games? Slender the Arrival. I'd love to replay that again on hardcore. So on the hardest difficulty, I'd be perfectly fine with that. I've done it before, and I've beaten the game entirely on the hardest difficulty. I can do it again.
Good for you. Want a medal?
I guess, because that freaking 8 pages mission is hard as hell. It is the hardest, I think.
Good for you. Want a medal?
I mean, the tunnels were pretty bad too, but I mean, once you get a hang of it, it kind of gets into a thing. Anyway, there's that. Oh god, dang! I just remember the tunnels. Oh god. It's so.
I don't think God is here. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Other than nope. There's no light at the end of that tunnel, but there's a freaking part in that game which I don't know if you played it or not, but it's basically before you, like, the point of it is to turn on 3 generators so you can activate the elevator. And in hardcore mode, there are gases you have to get in order to fill up the generators. So it's very annoying. And you constantly have a runner after you. And the only way to do anything about that is you have to flash the flashlight in their face to like slow them down or get them to run.
You should use Captain that you need to flash them, and we would have made it funny.
But also Slender's around, and he'll just show up out of nowhere, and it's just like whenever he shows up, just everything's screwy. So point is, you have that deal to go with, and it's annoying, but those 2 are the only annoying levels. 8 pages because it takes forever to find all the pages, and it's hard sometimes. And then the second deal of like in the tunnels, that's pretty annoying too. The rest is depending. What other games?
Did you ever finish Soma?
Nope. Actually, I uninstalled that too, and I don't really feel like installing it again.
Oh.
Just a lot of space.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to finish it because I never finished it.
I prefer to get it on a console and just beat it back to where it was, which wasn't too far, but beat it back to where it was so I don't have to worry too much on space. And
I have it already. I'm more terrified. Like, the issue was like, I don't get scared of horror games in the same way. Like, but Soma was more of a psychological horror game, and that is what messes with me because Yeah, that normally I don't fucking get scared in the
A
way.
lot of those are nice.
Like, I don't get scared of horror games that easy. I'm fucking more terrified of Minecraft than a horror game.
I'm not really scared much when it comes to horror games at all. I mean, there are some that are just like creepy in a way, just like I don't want to have to deal with it. Like, for example, in Resident Evil Remake, the first one, the main thing that got to me was Crimson Heads, which is obviously when, you know, they die and then you don't shoot them in the head or you don't burn the body, they'll come back later. And those guys are really painful, really annoying. And I'm like, I just don't want to have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Two of them are
And
fast.
and the other game that actually scared me a lot was Layers of Fear 2. It was the atmosphere there. That was only the atmosphere. It was not that it was scary, it was more like...
That's kind of the main thing, is that it's atmospheric psychedelic.
The Layers of Fear 1 wasn't that scary compared to 2.
I mean, one was mainly just, like I said, psychedelic in the sense that, you know, the environment changed around you mostly, and that was the main premise, and it didn't do much after that. But Layers of Fear 2, obviously, you know, I haven't watched anything on it, haven't played it, but, you know, it evolves it. So, of course, that's going to be better.
Yeah, it's on a boat. That's the one main figure on a boat. I think...
Didn't know that.
Yeah,
I watched no trailer. I will look at no screenshots.
yeah, that's the only thing I'm gonna give you. But that I think is what makes the atmosphere scary. It's like you're on a boat, and it have the same idea like Layer of Sphere 1. It changes a lot, so it's like so I think it's like combining two different fears into one.
Yeah, layers of fear.
Dun dun dun.
One of the games. Oh yeah, I recently grabbed Silent Hill, the first one. Never played a Silent Hill game. Would actually like to try, but of course it's the first one. It's gonna be rough because it's what other games do I have? I don't remember. There's a lot of horror games I have. Back in the day, I was streaming Evil Dead. Never finished that, but I could finish it. There's no point in restarting that one. Just finish where I was at.
Good for you.
But no, I don't want a medal.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, you were thinking.
What I'm thinking and what I'm saying is two different things.
So,
So
whether you think it or you don't, or you say it, both of which is equal rights to say no. What I posted. Alien Isolation. That's another one. I've heard that's pretty good, but
I think I played that. I think I have it on my
the only
PlayStation.
thing that I'm kinda not much into of it is a lot of people say that the alien mechanic is really is both awesome but annoying, because it's like there's always those sections where you're just gonna be screwed no matter what you do.
Isn't that the overhead shooter thing? Like you're overhead and you're like spinning the fucking character?
What, Alien Isolation?
Yeah.
Or whatever. No, I mean that's a first person. It's
What game am I talking about then? There's a game. I think there's another game that where you have overhead that's called Alien. It can be Isolation also or something.
I don't know, a third person alien game.
It's not a third person. It's an overhead game.
Overhead. Yeah, I don't know. There's Dead Space. I also have that. Never played it.
I have Dead Space 2. I think.
I believe I have all three.
I think I have Dead Space 2 on Origins. On Origins.
I have plenty of other horror games, and there's plenty of other stuff I could do, but I don't know. One horror game that I'm probably not going to continue much, you know, after I made a video of it, is just because it's just I can't figure out what the hell I'm doing, and there's nothing online to help. It's that crying is not enough game. It's like the videos I watched are older deals. It's like, oh, it says, oh, you're out of power, but you can go and enter the cable car anyway. And I'm like, okay. I go there, it's like, oh, there's no power. I'm like, okay, I guess they fixed that. And it's like, oh, this thing needs gas. This generator needs gas to run. I'm like, okay, where the hell's the gas? Nowhere to be found. And I'm very limited on ammo. I'm like, okay, this is great. Still thankful the enemies could just be punched or knifed. a lot. And they just get into a freaking stun lock most of the time.
Interesting.
There's basically just the thing I like to do is horror games and stuff. It'd be fun, I think. Yeah, around know some pretty good ones. Do let me know.
Well,
so
I only know Until Dawn.
yeah.
I mean, Red Dead Nightmare is not that bad, to be honest.
I don't really think that's a horror game though.
It definitely is a horror game.
But even have it in the first place. Wait, what was the other game I was just like, oh, nah. I was like, Zombie Army Trilogy? Nah. I could do Left 4 Dead mods. That wouldn't be too bad.
Left 4 Dead 2, yeah. And I could join on Left 4 Dead 2, shooting you. And you complaining about Louis.
Stupid
Louis. Like, I think that was also talk about Left 4 Dead. That was the first time you and me played together.
It was, yeah. Was during the.
It was you shared the stream, and I asked, could we play Left 4 Dead? And we did that. That was the first time we ever played.
Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think, and then I don't think we played. What else did we play after that? I don't think we played that.
You know, I actually use that a lot now because of you. Because that one scene where you're just like stuck in a room, or you know, you just like shut the door on yourself, and when I open it, you're like Agapado. Like, I just use it all the time now. I was like, yeah, that's funny.
Good for you. Want the medal?
Nah, you're the one who put it in my head.
I ruin your life. Don't worry. Why?
Okay. Me and you recently played World War Z. That's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, I saw you playing that. I'm thinking about getting it. Of course, on PlayStation, of course, because you know. Yeah. My PC sucks.
I got it for. I mean, I got to play it for not really for free, but I mean, I guess I played it for much cheaper considering it's like, you know, Game Pass for me is like $15 a month. Game Pass Ultimate. So it's just like, you know, played. Put it off of there and like.
Was it worth it?
I mean, it seems good. I mean, dude, I mean, there's like over 100 or so games and all that stuff. But with World War Z, it seems pretty good, I suppose.
Isn't it like, wasn't it?
It's like Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, I haven't understood that, but it also had a actual story.
It does. It does have a story.
I mean, technically, Left 4 Dead also has a story, but it's like more like the campaigns that exist is like that's the story itself.
I mean, it's kind of that way. I mean, it's kind of almost the same in a sense that it's like you have an objective to do, but in Left 4 Dead, it was always get to a safe house. In this, it's like do certain objectives to get to the end.
Yeah. Oh, we should do the Resident Evil one on Left 4 Dead. We started doing the Left 4 Dead Resident Evil mod when we played it once. Oh, yeah. We should do that again. Now, when I have actually also played the actual Resident Evil.
Yeah. Did I play that on my own, or did I play that on? Yeah. I forgot when I got to like the second or third, like chapter in that. I was like, did I play that with you, or was that just me? I think it was just me.
It could have been you and Evil, maybe.
No, it wasn't with him. I think it was just me. But
yeah,
I don't know where to go in that one.
Well, we could try to get through that together.
We could, yeah. And if he's ever in the mood for anything, we could always have him involved too. But it doesn't matter to me. Actually,
we're probably gonna have to use Skype then also.
That's not gonna happen.
Well, it started to get closer and closer, and we have one very important thing to talk about.
In
a real
remember.
My God, you.
That's on my. It was part of the same conversation before, but I just don't remember what the hell it was.
Which horror game are you talking about? My Little Pony.
Not
My Little
horror,
Pony 2.
A lot of people freaking say that Dying Light's a horror game. Like that's not horror.
What is a horror game?
Dying Light.
Isn't that classified as a horror game? But it's like It's like
It's classified as that, but it's like it doesn't feel that way for me.
yeah,
Even at nighttime, when you're getting like having to run super fast like through the city because you know you're getting chased like crazy. Like it's not really much of a horror game. It's just a lot of running.
I want to get DayZ, by the way. Like, I want to get DayZ on PlayStation, but I also want to be like, it's an MMO basically, and I don't really big fan of
I kind of had
MMOs.
my fill when I played the indie version called Epoxy. It was like a 360 indie version of the game, and it just pissed me off. Really, I just wanted to play private, you know, like in a private match with just me and Evil at the time,
Yeah,
and
and that's
there was
what
no such thing as private. It was completely public all the time, and we would just run into random people who would start just saying the most stupidest shit, start trying to kill us and steal our stuff, and that's one thing I hate about those stupid open like survival games like that or like whatever it is. Trying to think. Rust. I mentioned before. I don't like those types because
like
it's always you can just
like
walk around and get killed.
the game itself
So
is
high
probably
yeah.
it's fun to play, but the issue is when it's like you get locked into playing public. Like I
And you know, watching
don't.
them play in public and you just have to mess with freaking other players. I'm like, I don't care for the other players. And I don't want to have to deal with the freaking stupid trolls coming over trying to steal everything from me.
I'd rather play like PvE servers and stuff like that than like if I'm gonna play online. If I am forced to play online, I don't play PvP servers. I always try to play PvE.
I always prefer PvE stuff in general.
Like, I mean, if you play like a Minecraft thing, that's funny to have. Like, if you play with friends on a Minecraft server,
yeah,
that's fun to have PvP because then you can just fuck up with each other, or you just push them over an edge of an island in the sky.
I mean, I guess I could also finish Alan Wake. That's not really horror, but it kind of has that thought, that process. I love the game, but
I think I got that for free. Yeah, I got it for free.
I mean, Alan Wake is awesome.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if my PC can run it.
Ooh, I could replay his semblance. Actually, I think I already recorded that, so meh.
Meh.
I can't record it. I'm missing an achievement though, because it's the freaking final room or final Easter egg part. It's just like it's so difficult.
Oh, don't you just hate those achievements? It's like you need to find this specific thing, and you're like, well, I'm looking.
Ways to go through the game, and it's like very specific. So it's different. Like the way the game works is it goes through different like type of rooms. There's like a blue room, then it's like what is it? Normal, blue, green, then white, and white is extremely hard to get. Just like why? But I believe we might as well go ahead and start the one thing that we were keeping for last for
Yay!
two reasons. One, because it's not going to last that long. It's one episode.
Yeah.
Two, it's basically spoiler territory in a sense for anyone who hasn't watched it and would like to.
Yeah,
So
poor
those who
soul.
haven't watched, I'll go ahead and reveal what we're talking about. The main topic we used to do whenever the season was available was basically every time we would talk about Sword Art Online monetization.
I think it was the two first episodes because it was at the end of the season.
It's the first few. I mean, maybe it was the first two, but
yeah, I think it was only the first two because
I think it was actually just the first one. I don't know.
No, the first one was was basically the recap and like episode 22.
Oh yeah.
And then 23 and 24. No, yeah, 23. I think 21. Then 22, 23 came out, and we finished those in episode after. And then the season was over, and we had to wait to season 2 of Alicization.
I would say season 2. It's actually just part 2.
It says season 2 actually.
Yeah, I'd just say part 2 because technically it's season 3. So season 3, part 2. Anyway. So for any of those who have not watched it yet and are going to, or don't want to hear about this at all because you're not much of an anime fan, we are, sorry to say. Plenty of other deals or reasons why you would not want to watch. I'm going to put up a spoiler warning, and that just tells you right away. And also, just You can leave if you want. You're free to do whatever the hell you want to. Don't just.
If you leave, we will eat your cookies.
I'm just doing it anyway. Let's see, where's overlay?
Well, I'm gonna eat their cookies anyways. I mean, you're not wrong. I'm gonna eat them anyways.
Yeah. So, I guess we can go ahead and begin start talking about the new episode.
So I want to mention the most important aspect. The ending song is made by Lisa.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that to you, but I'm just like, I'm just gonna keep that. But wait, isn't the beginning song still alot, or is that?
No, that was a different one. I don't remember her name.
It's another game. I'll get to that later.
ROE was did Ignite and no, not you actually did Ignite and what is the second arc in the first season? I don't remember the name of that song. Yes, she did those two. I remember, and a few others.
Yeah, I obviously remember them, but I'm just.
Lisa is my second favorite artist.
I don't know how to freaking pronounce that one, but
But yeah, Lisa made the ending song, and I was so happy because she's like, she's the icon. I think she's the artist icon of SAO, to be honest. Because she's like done at least almost a song for each season, like at least 1 to 2 songs per season. I think she even made wasn't it her who made alternative also?
I or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce these.
LOE.
Whatever, point is them.
Lisa and LOE is the two best. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, but that would be that.
That was an important part of the episode.
I don't really see that being much important, but alright,
hey,
do whatever you want.
The ending, the song was good. It was also called, what was the song called?
I didn't even listen to it.
The opening was called Resolution. Ending.
I did listen to.
The ending I don't remember. I should have remembered it, but I'm an old man. I'm getting old.
Back to the point. We'll just go with the story because that's what we're to talk about.
Yeah,
so,
basically.
I will begin. Obviously, first it starts off with showing off in a bit, but I'll get to that in a minute. Basically, it starts off with events that happen after the first part, which obviously people don't know, is, basically all that stuff happened. The freaking Wrath base was getting shot up and everything. Cool story, bro. Then, whatever they took down, the freaking main power or something, which affected, like, basically the thing that Kirito was sitting in. You know that thing? And burn his light. So now, basically, he's just very not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has major brain damage, is basically the point. Is what it seems like. So, yeah.
We don't know what's wrong, but yeah.
I basically know. It just basically fried his brain.
Yeah, stop frying people's brains, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously sure because I'm sure it's gonna be fixed later down the line and everything. He'll be back to himself. But for now, that's what's going on. Basically, Alice took him from there to back over to Rulid. But yeah, basically because everybody else just wanted to kill him. Like, oh, you basically slayed the Pontifex. We don't like you, even though we just heard that the Pontifex was trying to turn every single person in the kingdom into a freaking sword-wielding monstrosity. Nah, he's evil.
That's like logic of everyone that's under a rule. It's like, but he did actually do this. Like, she still tried to fucking kill you, but she was a good rule. Like she took your map.
She tried to do a horrible thing to half the population. But she was our ruler, in which case, respect. So,
and she was naked for 6 episodes. So that's also.
regardless.
Also talking about Lisa, she made like every opening for. But why is it saying that there's 4 endings to Sword Art Online 2? This says ending 3 and ending 4. And this confuses me because there's only 3 arcs in Sword Art Online 2. So I don't get why this says there's a 4th ending.
Because it's probably going to be a 4th one in this. I don't know.
But why Sword Art Online 2 is over? There's a 4th ending.
Oh, well.
I'm confused.
I'm not on about that. I don't really care.
Okay.
Back to the point. So basically, what happens in a way, I kind of feel like it's kind of screwed up in a sense that she goes back to Rulid with Kirito. It's like, oh, he's, they go back there. I was, oh, that's Kirito. Something's wrong with him. Look over. Oh God, it's Alice. After freaking years of apparently having a crime, father walks out. You figure the man would be super freaking excited that his dang daughter's back, but it's like,
you're a criminal!
Is your crime unsolved? It's like, I don't know. Well, you're probably a criminal, so get out.
Like,
wow.
You're a criminal. Get the fuck out!
Just be nice. Like, at least be nice, Jesus. So basically, the whole story is just of her living a farm life, basically, where she gets paid every month. Which
for doing no, she has to do a job. No, she has to do a job. Like, that's it. She do a favor for the guy and
it is the job, but I'm saying it is that she does get paid for cutting down, like, basically
trees.
1 to 2 trees or so.
No, I think she's just a defender of the town. Like, she defends from attacks and stuff. Like, if something come close.
I don't really know if that's the case. I just know that's basically just to clear that, because that seemed like the main deal.
Well, they showed, but that's like the best thing. Is like, she's like, oh, I'm just gonna borrow the sword here and cut off the tree. Everyone's like, oh, you have a sword. Like,
you have a sword.
And then the first thing I was like, do you know what this sword is made out of? This sword is made out of a tree.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I mean, if you think about it, it's made out of what, I don't remember the name of the tree, but the tree from episode 1.
Giga cedar.
Yeah, like, it's made of the strongest tree that ever existed, and they are like, yeah, you can't take down this tree with a sword. This is a
made out of wood from a tree that has been there for over 300 years. I don't know how much they freaking said. Freaking a lot.
Yeah, and then they made us. Then Kirito comes in, of course, shaded the game again, and took down a big fucking tree that a village hadn't been able to take down.
But anyway, point overall is that she's that sword, and then of course the villagers are dicks because they're like, oh hey, I want to take this sword away from this guy, which according to Name's like, oh, he said, yeah, I'm just going to, like, oh, yeah, sure. Try to get confirmation out of a vegetable. Good luck with that.
The best part was when it was basically an Excalibur for them. Basically, the sword is Excalibur for someone that doesn't have the right level. Like, it's like, oh, I'm going to take the sword. I have a little bit of an issue here. The sword's not coming out.
Just walk away. She just like picks up. It's like I just got it. Like, wow.
Yeah, you need to train a little bit.
Yeah, but if you want to try to do some stuff, train.
I wonder who's gonna use. My question though is who's gonna use Juju's sword.
I don't know.
I hope he's gonna dual wield it. My God, think about him dual wielding again.
I mean, he did in episode 24 of the last part of Alicization.
I mean, what is it with him and dual wielding? Can't he use some other skills like,
Yes.
like a fucking
tri-wielding?
With him, he would probably be able to fucking wield 3 weapons at the same times. I mean, In Alicization, it wouldn't be impossible because they say it themselves that only the mind is the limit. And if he thinks he can wield a third sword somehow, he would probably be able to if he wants to.
But yeah, there's all that stuff that happens. Turns out she kept her dragon. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she has a pet dragon. I also want a pet dragon.
Yeah,
Next, can I have a pet dragon?
I don't think that's how that works.
But I want a pet dragon.
Pretty sure they're extinct.
But a pet dragon.
The best you're gonna get is a bearded dragon. Or Komodo. Those aren't really dragons.
I want a fire breathing dragon.
Yeah, I don't think you get that anytime soon. Yeah. After that, basically that, what's his name? Eldriel?
I don't know, but number 20, 21 came back also.
It's basically one of the Integrity Knights, basically the first one they faced.
Was it 21 they first faced?
This is the first one they faced, because after they broke out, they faced against the guy with the whip, and that was him. So.
Oh yeah, the guy that beat with chains.
Yeah. So,
I would think I would have a job after that. Like, so what you're saying is, you got beaten by two people that had chains.
Basically teenager-looking folks at that.
Yeah, with chains.
Yes, I don't ever understand half the freaking logic on that. It's just like, it seems like a warrior from the Dark Territory or whatever. Like, have you seen the folks from the Dark Territory? Because I'm pretty sure none are human.
And that, I mean, if you just watch the first episode, is it first episode with the orc stuff, the goblins? Yeah, that's the first episode. It's the goblins. In last season,
Yeah.
and they are definitely not human.
I was just saying that I'm pretty sure they would understand that. But also just comes there, doesn't even bother mentioning about Kirito for a few minutes. Just like, oh hey, how you been? You know, that's cool. Hey, we kind of need to conscript you back into this, this knighthood and such because why not? You seem to be having a good life here. Don't care about that. Come help us.
No.
Nope. It's like, it's because of him. Nope. Okay, cool. I'm gone.
No, he's like, I'm gonna have to kill him, and she's like, nope. Like, no, you're not gonna kill him. Like, what? Is that like, what can you do? It's like,
if you want a bridged version of that, it's just basically just like, so you want to come back with us? Nope. It's like, why not? It's like, nope, not gonna. Okay, does it have anything to do with him?
nope.
Maybe. It's like, maybe. It's like I'm gonna kill him. Like, nope. Like, okay, I'll leave. That's basically it.
We're gonna be like, why? Because I said so.
Also, kind of, I don't know how much I really feel when it comes down to it, but they're kind of throwing some mixed hints at the thought of like Alice probably it's a freaking harem show of this, right? The freaking Alice liking Kirito with that, right? I'm like,
No, I think it's Selka that's like Kirito.
And,
Oh god.
I'm sure she was a Yu-Gi-Oh person, she liked that, but still.
Yeah, but he's kind of a little bit not there at the moment. Kind of dead.
I don't know.
I mean, he's kind of dead.
Point overall, back to that bit. Yeah, they just keep trying to like ship that together, I guess, which that's gonna be fun later. Somebody drops in.
I hope the next episode actually is IRL world instead of the Alicization part. Because I wanna know what happened. Because if the ending of the last season was basically they were getting shot at.
We don't know who either. Don't know what the hell's going on there.
No, we don't know who.
And the last thing that we saw, which honestly I don't think is what happened, because I was thinking about that, because as I mentioned before, like to you, I watched the last episode in the dub because I didn't finish it. You know, I just like I didn't watch that episode prior to this new one coming out. I'm like, okay, I'll finish that just to get off my watch list to say it's completed.
Yes.
I watched that, and obviously I see Quinnell going up, and the freaking whatever the hell he was, counselor guy, whatever. Doing that. I feel like in a way she exploded or whatever. Kind of killed her on that one for being too crazy. But don't think that's what happened. Now that I think about it. Actually, no, it wouldn't make sense. Like, she literally did leave. So I think obviously what did happen is she left and got in that one robot that was in there.
Yeah. All we know is that they were getting shot at in the end.
Yeah, and I doubt it had anything to do with her, but still. She's out there.
And also Asuna. What's going on with Asuna? I don't know anything.
Apparently she was moved over to the
also
area with him.
They showed something about LAO this time also in the intro. And that made me they did that a lot in
to talk with them because talk with the original group because that's just parallel ALO has been used for so far. It's just as a chat service.
But I feel like there's more to it this time than this group is gonna have. But they have not had too much in the series this far. But I feel like this season they're gonna have a little bit more of a role. I hope Celica can just disappear, but who really cares? No one likes Celica. Fuck Celica! Not literally, because I hate her. She can go die.
That'll happen. There's a big thing in I believe it's manga. Yeah, it's like a manga or something. It has to do with what is it? It has to do with both Silica and Lisbeth getting super popular or something. Silica apparently she had her own fan group, and Kirito joined that fan group as the #1 fan or something. Okay, weird freaking manga. And I was like, God, I know who I can't show this to. But the fun fact about that though is that obviously it just ends up with her being not actually no. Definitely point to the spoiler here. I mean, I don't really think you'd read it anyway. She gets shown up by Pina. In the end, Pina's the one who gets popular, and Silica's just the side.
I mean, Pina is the better one. I don't really like Pina either, but a cute little dragon. I still want a pet dragon.
We got that, and then the Elizabeth one was just crap.
But for the next, and that's gonna be so good because for the next episode we stream this, we have probably watched the second two, the episode 2 and 3.
2 and 3, yeah.
But I think we're gonna try to do every 4th episode, or every 4 episodes each time instead. This is the first episode, and the podcast came directly after the first episode, so we're gonna be okay, so this is where we do the recap for this episode because it's regularly upon us. But I wanna say, for it to be a good content in the future, I think it's gonna be best to do every 4th week the recap, or because I think it's gonna be 23 episodes. So
according to now and a few other things, it was just 12.
That was episode, wasn't that season 3?
What? No, it was this one. It just said 12.
For me, it said 24.
It just says 12 for me. 24 was the first one. This is just says 12.
Oh.
So I don't think it's going to go very far. And apparently, if you look also now, it for some reason shows a 3, but it just says invalid.
Yeah, as I told you, they say that it may be 4 parts of this series.
I mean, that I guess would make sense. It's a large story and it's still being written. It's not finished yet.
I like here, Sword Art Online, Allegation, second season, Sword Art Online 3, second season. SEO Allegation, second season, Sword Art Online 3, second season, SEO 3, second season. I think we get it, the second season of Allegation or SEO 3.
SEO 3 part Like that's all I would call it.
Like, I wanna say this. I wanna say that Allocation Station is its own series in the SEO world. Like SEO season 1 and 2 is the same thing. But Allocation Station is basically a new series in the same world and with the same characters and everything. Like everything is continuous, but it's like its own story. I feel like it's more not like SEO and SEO 2 was basically more teenage stuff. Well, I feel like, or well, more kids and more kid friendly than a little bit more kid friendly. At least the first season was more kid friendly. Right?
The first arc.
The first arc, the first. Well, I don't know.
Second arc is a no.
Well, it's more kid friendly, but or at least to the end to the like the last episode.
Episode the one before it. No, that is a rapey episode. And then we go to the third season. Hey, look, we brought it back. Like, why? Don't just stop. Stop bringing that thing. I mean, even Kawahara said is just like, you know, that was like my previous way of writing in a sense, because it's just like it's a thing to have, like especially like Japanese writing, just like in a lot of subjects, it's like it's just something to put in there is like a bad thing that happens when it comes to like, you know, evil people, I guess, or just something they do. But now they don't do it, and even he agrees. It's like he probably should have done that. Like,
Wait, what?
What?
The performer is the voice actor for Alice for the opener.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
That's kind of amazing.
It happens a lot. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we never actually said the end of that episode of 1 Hour.
That was basically that. Oh yeah, and it's ended with a fucking yeah. That was the best cliffhanger ever. Like, hey, it's burning in the background, and then it's like, oh, by the way, raids. Next episode, raids, and I'm like, thank you for that.
Well, really, just like, you know, oh, there's is there a battle going on? She yells out for her sister, so she's in her way around.
Yeah, that's the last thing. Like, Celica. Next episode, raids. Like, I wonder what will happen. They're probably gonna play chess in the next episode.
Game of chess.
I feel like if that would happen, like, that's the thing with SEO, it's pretty straightforward. SEO is pretty straightforward with their stories.
I mean, granted, I mean, there's a bunch of random stuff that nobody really made sense of. But,
I mean, the first season kind of had that little bit part with like
I
Celica.
still feel like when it comes to the show, I still don't feel like it's the same for me. Like,
Unlasting is the ending song.
yeah, but like I recently rewatched the show, and I still feel like the first season, at the very least, the first arc. The second arc still has that feeling, but it kind of loses it in a way. It's just like the series is really gone. I mean, they brought it back up with Alicization, but at the same time, it's like it's not the same. It doesn't feel the same to me.
Yeah.
I feel like they're just winning too easily, or they won too easily against like a lot of the knights. Sure, they had the devastating deal near the end, but it's just like it's just everything seems too easy on the other bits.
Like, and also like the two last episode was like too much talking, and that was like, I mean, it was not bad idea, but
newer anime these days, especially that has like action in it, they always drag it out. Especially in freaking Dragon Ball. But we'll move past that little.
Oh god, we haven't had that conversation a lot. Like, oh yeah, Dragon Ball. 20 episodes later. Okay, time to kill you. Like, you could have done that like 20 episodes ago.
It's like, I'm gonna power up 20 episodes later. I'm at my max level 10 episodes later. Actually, I'm still leveling up. Oh hey, 5 episodes later. Sorry, I still have more power to show off. Like, oh,
By the way, I need to go to the dentist really quick also. Wait for that.
This planet is gonna explode in 5 minutes. 30 episodes later. this tournament ends in 48 minutes. Literally, what, freaking 50 episodes later. No joke, 50 episodes later. Come on.
Like 20 minutes of the show. 50 episodes.
It's just like, Jesus Christ.
The time.
Yeah, it's the way they work. I mean, in a sense, they are literally moving at like super speeds. And even though they'll show super speed in the action, it's just like, apparently that's happened extremely faster than what they're trying to show. But that's their thing they're going for. Like, that's just, it still drags it on. And then you have those sections where we're just like, oh, we're going to fight. And they just stare at each other for a full 2 minutes. Like, okay, this is what I'm watching now. I'm watching two people lock eyes with each other in a way I don't want to see. Make out already, man. Get a room.
At least in SAO, if they're gonna kill someone, they shuffle and then try to stab them. And then get denied because the bitch has cheat codes. And then she gets fucking morphed with a fucking clown. And die. That ending was like, that's the definition of a fucking anticlimactic ending. Like, I'm gonna escape. Then the clown is like, don't leave me. I'm like,
don't leave me. I'm a sexual predator. Don't leave me. He really is. Like, Jesus, this guy's like, no.
She's like, I'm gonna escape into your network, and he's like, don't leave. It's like, my God, boy. I'm surprised she hasn't killed you yet.
I know I've been talking like crazy and I'm pretty thirsty, but I think that guy is drowning.
And is kind of morphed with her and blow her up. Yeah. I don't think that relationship gonna hold. Ever.
No, it's not freaking.
It sounds like it's.
Which is basically just like too thirsty. I don't know.
I think it's a lack of personality.
Yeah. I think that dang phrase. What the hell was it?
Are you trying to sound smart? You can't sound smart.
Hold on, it's just like I don't know what the. I think it was like, I feel like I'm dying of thirst while I'm watching another man drown. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like that's basically how that works. Anyway,
we are ending here. After this, we need to end here because otherwise, if we got 30 days.
I mean, all I was gonna say really is just that I just feel like the shit, even though it is going in a good direction, it doesn't feel the same. It just feels like the first arc and parts of the second arc, even though there's just a lot of freaking cringe and stupidity in the second arc.
I mean, like a station became like. That was what I love with like Alternative when they released that was like, it was not like, it was like, oh hey, we do.
Have that same feeling, like crushing and like always like trying to build up, but it's literally a grind trying to get up and trying to do the next. Like that was the main type of feeling you had in the first arc of the show, and then you go to this stuff, it's just like, you know, we need a little bit of grind, I guess, not really much. And hey, look, we just killed, or we just like took down tons of different knights. Oh, hey, here we are at the top already. Like, oh my God.
And then you have the recap episode when they sit on a ledge.
Like, we're on a ledge. I guess I should talk about some stuff. Like,
I get the idea of the recap because he has to explain for her how it all happened. Does she understand why he does what he does? I get that part. Fine.
We had to sit through another week just to wait because you wanted a recap. Could have done that like halfway through the week. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm still obviously watching the show, and I'm gonna keep watching.
I think that's like, it's not because because the show, not even if the show was bad, it's like,
that's weird. You see that?
yeah, Kind of boring here.
JCPenney's.
Following.
Okay, first of all, I'll go ahead and explain on that kind of boring bits because we're ending. We're about to end anyway, so that's the reason why. If you wanted excitement, that was earlier in the podcast.
When we had excitement? Where?
I was thinking it was a lot more entertaining, at the very least. At least we were trashing people. But
I trashed Celica earlier. I can trash them again. Celica sucks. She should die. And
that's anime. I was talking about earlier in the actual podcast.
Oh, so you mean this is not part of...
It's not the full thing. Anyway, we had a lot
Bibbidi
more
bobbidi.
interesting stuff now.
Bobbidi.
We're ending
Panda.
now, so everything's getting boring.
Panda.
Panda.
Okay, shut up. Shut up, fuck up. Okay, guys, we need to end because if we don't, we're gonna sit here for like 20 more minutes.
He gets so like crazed up when we need to he's like, shut up, like we gotta stop.
Yeah, because that's the thing. We're gonna continue talking otherwise. We need to like stop. Someone has to have the breaks, and normally it's me now because apparently
I cut the line.
I cut the line.
We're not stopping this train.
We not stop. Like, man, we need to stop. But with that said, you're on the mixer part already, so we don't need to ask you. But for the other people, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. Both our channels is in my descriptions and in his descriptions. Follow us on Twitch if you are watching on Twitch. I mean, why wouldn't you watch us on Twitch? I mean, we suck, but that's not
for
the
those other than JCPenney that's in Mixer right now. Anybody else, you may follow there as well. But at the same time, I mean, it's more just for those who watch there. So there's nothing noteworthy exclusive.
Yeah, we don't do exclusive stuff. My stuff is mine is like exclusive in the way like if you wanna watch
hit affiliate on Twitch, and that is never gonna happen.
Yeah,
Especially now.
Yeah, but also here's the thing with me. Like if I wanna, the only thing that's like exclusive is the stream itself. Like you can't get that on YouTube unless it goes straight on Breakpoint. But that's a stream game that I'm only gonna stream on YouTube. And if you're interested in YouTube,
I'm not even gonna freaking answer at this rate.
Yeah, and my brains. Also, social media. We have a Twitter account. I think mine is in my description. His is in his description.
Cool story.
Also,
just to note, for those newly coming in, thank you all, by the way, for follows and such, everything else. My God, coming in everywhere. I think you're the same person, so you're just like coming in all different freaking places. Thank you for the follows and everything.
yeah. Wait, why did my potato go off?
Probably not for you. Haha.
I didn't get a potato. I'm sad now. I didn't get a potato. I want a potato.
Anyway.
By the way, maybe should take away the spoiler warning. I don't think we need to. Or have we spoiled the ending? Have we spoiled this ending?
Yeah, we're spoiling the end of the stream. Okay, so
we kind of got that.
To continue what I was saying, for those, yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, so to basically say, for you that just came in, anyone who's coming in now on my side that hasn't chatted or on Swedes, basically we do this podcast every couple of weeks. So we try to do it like 2 Saturdays from now, or the Sunday night, or the Monday night, somewhere around the same time as we're doing now. Point being,
I like how you got
terribly.
I love how you got silent. Like, what happened?
Well, screw you, Swede. Anyway, you're in it, so you're part of the reason why it sucks.
Two co-hosts. There's a reason why it sucks. What's the reason? I think it's the co-hosts.
It's the co-hosts. No, you're supposed to say you back to me. We just say you at the same time. Anyway. So,
no, because I'm gonna say we.
Yeah.
But wait, have you taken everything? Wait, I'm gonna record. Did we take everything? YouTube, Twitch,
Yes, YouTube, Twitch.
Twitter.
You got the other stuff, Twitter. If you want to freaking
Our
start
Discord. We
spreading
forgot
info around.
Discord. We have Discord, both of us. To if you wanna
There you go.
chat with us.
So there's that.
I have a command. I don't fucking. I have command.
That's fine. Yeah.
I
I
think
don't really talk very much in mine, but that's only because there's not many active people at the moment. But whenever we get like plenty, they'll basically become active.
maybe.
So there's that. If you want to join, you may. You can talk to us more there, and you also get basically easier alerts. If you want to follow, you also get alerts there for whenever we upload or stream something. And yeah, we do more than just this podcast.
Yeah, we are both gamers. I stream a lot of Rainbow. I stream a lot of Rainbow and a lot of
Stream the rainbow, taste the rainbow. Anyway, that was a joke for earlier. Now,
yes,
that's gonna be that.
that's the end. And
okay, Streamlabs, thank you for showing up about an hour.
What is going on? What is going on?
I said it every 5 lines, and it took that long. Okay, that's gonna be the end. So, oh my god, shut up, Streamlabs. Okay.
Shut the fuck up,
That's
Streamlabs.
the end. That's good the end. Thank you so much for everyone who came to watch. Sorry for bruh for coming in here at the end and not being able to see much. So
come back in 2 weeks.
Maybe later.
Probably we have for
better
better content.
See us later.
Or worse.
So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.
Adios.